Good afternoon and welcome to Rebels Radio. Hopefully you can hear us nice and clearly out there wherever you are. We are live at the Bob Lucas Stadium in Weymouth. It's beautiful and sunny and Adrian's wearing shorts. Sorry?
I'm getting a buzzing.
You're getting a buzzing. Perhaps we've got it on a little bit loud setting, but it should be okay. Hopefully, we're about 5 minutes away from kickoff. Everything seems to be in the right sort of position. We just turn it down ever so slightly just to ease us off a little bit, because people don't want to be deafened by us, even though I'm sure I'd like to deafen a few people. But yeah, it's absolutely fantastic. Adrian, you've been down here for a few days. Yeah,
came down yesterday, staying in Bournemouth for a couple of days with the missus. Going to stay till Wednesday, catch the pool game on Tuesday.
Oh, fantastic. We are not broadcasting for the pool game, for any of you that are listening. It's a fantastic day here, isn't it? It's absolutely beautiful.
Lovely sunny day.
Ah, damn. I nearly swore for the first time on air. That was nearly a record. Hey, talk them through what happened there.
Sorry, too busy laughing. What was we talking about?
We were talking about what the situation is like down here.
Yeah, I mean, it's a really nice sunny day. There's a lot of fans in today. Weymouth, best supported team in the league, and today they got their kids for Quids Day. Yeah,
it's non-league football day today, ladies and gentlemen. And yeah, so there's a good smattering of people. The weather couldn't be better, and hopefully two great teams ready for a good game of football, because Weymouth have been on a bit of form of late, especially at home. And we're looking forward to seeing where this goes, really, aren't we? Yeah,
this is the first time the sun's come out today. I think we've got it starting for kickoff, so that's going to be good. And it's a great stadium here, one of the best in the league, apart from Hereford, I'd say. Yeah,
it's certainly a team who, you know, what was it, a matter of 7-8 years ago? They were still in the conference.
Yeah, I mean, very much like Slough. You know, they were up there in the conference, doing well. Financial difficulties and ownership problems, and like Slough, they're looking to move out of this stadium, and the council aren't helping them. So both teams stuck in the same position.
Yeah, to the extent that I think earlier, a few months ago, over the Christmas or winter, over the summer period, they had an application for a new ground rejected slightly. I'm getting a bit of crackle. Are you getting a bit of crackle?
I got a bit of crackling, but it's not pork crackling, unfortunately.
No, I would just wish it was. Well, anyway, sorry. Welcome along. If this is your first time, I hope you enjoy it. You are with John Porter and Aid. How are you, Aid? Aid's good. He's looking very shy. I can't believe he's got blue and yellow shorts. We'll have to take a photo of those and tweet those later for you. We are at the Bob Lucas Stadium in Weymouth. The managers are just in the dugouts, just starting to acknowledge their fans. A few of the substitutes are warming out on both halves, but it's a fantastic day. It's a little bit hazy. A bit muggy for the players.
Yeah, a bit muggy, but it is nice to have a bit of sunshine out when you're down on the south coast. It's been muggy all day, so it's going to be a good temperature for the players to play in. And I think the pitch looks, whether it's our high seating position, I don't know, but it looks like a very wide pitch.
Yeah, it does. It does look quite wide. It also looks like the grass is quite short, like it might be quite hard. But we'll wait and see how it plays. There's also a few, kind of looks like there's been some crop circles in the dark lines on the pitch down there.
Yeah, it's good for aliens down here, isn't it? Or are they just illegal aliens?
I think just illegal aliens. As you can probably tell, the crowd have now just come out and are coming out on the pitch. I'll leave Adrian to go through those now.
Yep, I'll go through the teams for you. Weymouth will be playing in claret top, white shorts and light blue socks. Their team is 1, Jason Matthews, 2, Ashley Wells, 3 is Jacob Wennell, 4 is Chris McPhee, who is apparently a legend on Football Manager, 5 is Jamie Laird, 6 is Sam Paul, 7 Adam Kelly, 8 George Rigg, 9 Stuart Yetton, who's captain, 10 Tim Seals, 11 Chris Shepherd. Subs for Weymouth are 12 Ed Palmer, 14 Steve Colwell, 16 is Jamie West, and 17 is Connor Jabon. And for Slough, in their away strip of all purple today, in goal is Jake Somerville, 2 Sean Fraser, 3 Ryan Parsons, 4 Tom Moran, 5 Reece York, 6 is George Short, 7 Johnny Dyer making a welcome return, 8 is Jamie McLeod the captain, 9 is Ed Smith, again a welcome return from injury. 10 is George Frith, 11 James Dobson, and the subs for Slough are 12 Alex Witham, 13 is Matty Bonnet, 14 is Adam Cornell, and 15 is Darryl Thomas.
Yeah, so we're just getting about ready to get underway. The assistants are just checking the nets. Jake Somerville and Slough to our right-hand side as we look down on the pitch. Jake Somerville dressed all in red today. The home team look a little bit like Burnley, would you say?
Yeah, it is a Burnley kind of West Ham kind of kit, isn't it? So, the purple of Slough is making it. It's not a clash, unlike the other game that we were at.
No, a few days ago. No,
I can't remember where we were.
Well, that's very useful, Aid. It's worked out well. Do you mean at Poulton Rovers?
That's them.
Yes, at Poulton. It was quite close. And also, Captain McClure going forward to meet the very well-bearded and good goal-scoring form of the captain of the Terrors, named as such because they were their terracotta army, apparently. Yeah,
and Stuart Yetton, the Weymouth captain, sporting a Mohican hairstyle and a Luke Knight beard.
Yeah, so it's all interesting. If you want to contact us at all, please do so at MyFC Rebels Radio is the tag to just get in contact with us. There's a good number of people in the ground. It'll be interesting to see how many people have come in. Obviously, a few people are still away for their summer vacations, but we've got an excellent vantage point here.
Yeah, I'm getting a bit of crackling, John, so it's difficult hearing you at the moment.
Okay, I'm sorry about that, Mick. Sorry, Mick. Sorry about that, Aid. I'll try and rectify that.
What are you doing? You're just talking. That's all you're doing.
Yeah, I'm not doing anything else different. The referee today is Mark Derrian from Dorchester, so he hasn't had to travel far. The coach journey was a bit of an effort, I think, for the boys because of all the summer traffic. The Dorchester, the local Dorset Festival was on here, and this is the obviously the 2 games in 4 days down in Dorset for Slough.
And that's the whole reason for coming down and having a weekend down. Enjoy the luxuries of the South Coast here. Just getting ready to kick off. It's going to be Weymouth with the kick-off, going from left to right.
Yeah, so Slough have staying as they are, playing from left to right. The home team, the Terrors, shooting from left to right. Slough shooting from right to left. It's a fairly even wide pitch, fairly dry. Perfect conditions here. We're a minute past 3, so let's hope that Mr. Derrian doesn't waste any more time getting us ahead. The key news for Slough is that Guy Hollis didn't make the fitness test. He sat literally 3 rows in front of us, hand on head. And so Rhys York is once again partnered by Tom Moran, and then it brings Fraser into the back for Slough, and we're off. And immediately the ball is played forward into the right-hand channel, and Sean Fraser's underneath it, heads it up in the air, seals in attention, but it's bounced away, and McClurg now wins the ball, and it's back with Laird at the back, who deals with that ball well, and it's returned up the line by Frith, who's been given the opportunity, the nod ahead of Alex Witham, and it's gone all the way through to the keeper Matthews, who understands player manager coaches, has a dreadful clearance and almost taken out by Johnny Dyer, and returned with interest. Slough starting quite brightly here, and Johnny Dyer's getting in amongst it, knocks the ball out to Frith on the right hand side, midway inside the Weymouth half, and he's running at the full back, 1-0, and he goes to the byline, tries to drive it across, it's overhit, and it's out for a goal kick, but a little bit of early pressure for Slough in that first minute. Yeah,
it's good play by George Frith there. He's not really been known for taking people on so far this season, but he's got the ball there and he's tried to go past, just overhit the cross a little bit, but that's good signs from him.
Yeah, so the keeper to our left, Matthews, I understand he's player manager, dressed in bright orange with black socks. There's a few Slough fans, I'd say perhaps maybe 40 or 50 that behind him to that goal, just making their way. Your flag is up nicely there,
yeah,
Aid.
I think a lot of them are down the other end, John, waiting to see which way they were kicking off, weren't they?
But a long clearance, and Sills underneath it, beats Moran in the air and just flicks it on in the direction of Kelly, and once again puts them under pressure, but Parsons has a little bit of time to clear, chips it up long in the direction of Ed Smith, returning to the team. Just flicked up in the air there by Paul, and all the way through back to Matthews. The game yet to settle, really. The pitch is bouncing around quite a lot. It's quite a heavy pitch.
Yeah, I think those crop circles that you described earlier, wet patches or whatever they were, they're affecting the bounce of the ball there.
So if you're joining us a little bit late, you haven't really missed anything yet. We're a couple of minutes into the game. The sides just filling each other out. Dorchester have been on a really good run of late. They as yet have only lost 1 game so far this season, but at home they're undefeated as far as I'm aware. They've won 3 and drawn 1. The last game being the draw that they drew was against Hitchin 2-2, but they've been on good scoring form. They thumped Frome, from what I understand, 7-0.
Yeah, slight mistake there. Dobson went for the ball along with Smith. Smith controlled it, kept it in, but Dobson was running forwards. It hit him out and it's gone out for a throw in, but
immediately the ball's thrown up, and Sills is the target man. He's a tall striker, the ex-Torquay striker, played league football, and he's found his way down now to Weymouth for this season. Weymouth, obviously an ex-conference club, and Sills on the ball neatly tries to pass it through to Yetton, but cut out well by Reshaw. Up to Johnny Dyer, who mistimed his jump slightly, and it would give Laird an opportunity to cross to win the ball, but he doesn't do very well. Both sides just anxious to get a hold on the game, and Moran now, with a little bit of time, goes to the direct route, not on the same wavelength as the Slough
ball from Tom Moran there. He's just panicked a little bit. He's not sure what to do and booted that straight through, but both teams looking quite lively, John, and it looks like Weymouth are putting 2 players on the left-hand side, so you've got Tim Sills up against Reece York, and Yetton's trying to pick up Ryan Parsons.
Yeah, and so it's all bouncing around in midfield as McPhee, who plays quite deep, just getting pickpocketed there by a combination of Short and McClurgan. Now sets Frith on his way, gives it to McClurg. McClurg nicely back to Short. Short along the deck, but it cuts out 2 Slough players. But Ed Smith still has an opportunity to try and pick the pocket of Wells, but Wells does well and clears the ball up to Yetton. Yetton with Parsons at his back, getting confused, and Slough win the ball through Short. Short, nice little back pass, sends Ed Smith free in the left-hand edge of the box, takes a heavy touch, and then Wells and Smith are coming to grapple each other a little bit, but there's not a lot of that. That's all a tiny bit of handbag.
It's unusual to see Ed Smith get involved in a bit of hassle with a player, though, isn't it?
As Dobbo draws the ball in, Matthews has to stretch to try and clear that. Weymouth under a little bit of pressure here from the start.
And it's cleared by 1 hour for the far side, and it's Fraser going over to take the throw in.
This is where they could use a Hollis throw, really, couldn't they?
Yeah, it's a bit difficult when he's 3 rows in front of us.
He can't throw it that far, as the ball's back to Short. Short tries to play a ball through, but it's cut out well by Kelly, who's playing on the left as it looks, and clears it long up in the direction of Sills, but Moran comes through, clears the ball, no nonsense out of the ground, snuffs out that chance, and over this first 4 or 5 minutes, Slough seem to have settled just a little bit better. They seem sharp.
Yeah, but you can see that Weymouth, they've got a very pacey young team. They're looking good. And we've also got the luxury, John, of where we are. If there is any trouble today, the Dorset HQ police station is just right behind the far stand opposite us.
As York, in plenty of time, heads the ball onto McClurg. McClurg onto Johnny Dyer. Johnny Dyer now out left to Dobson, who's on the centre circle. Knights it through to Johnny Dyer. Johnny Dyer tries to set it through to Parsons, but it isn't a good chance, and it's set Wells on his way. Wells attacking to Sills. Nice 1-2, and Wells will do well to reach us.
A little bit too hard from Sills there. But it was good play.
As the ball's run out to the Slough dugout just in front of us. There's a good number of youngsters in there, quite a few of us just to our right hand side as we're here. And there's plenty of talk about the weather between Spain and Leeds, as I'm sure some of our listeners have just contacted us. Let us know where. Short wins that header well onto Smith. It's bouncing around with a heavy pitch, and George Short does well to close down Laird quickly, but it's cleared long and high by Winnell and has Sills interested. But Reece York's up for a good battle. We'll have to keep an eye on that. And there's a man down. It looks like someone went through the back of Sills there. The referee saying that Reece York got the ball. I didn't think he got too much of it.
Reece York clearly got the ball there. The player didn't like it. Weymouth fans didn't like it, but it's a good decision by the ref.
Weymouth looking to switch the ball quite early, and there's a bit of miscommunication there. The locals don't like it, but Sills looked like it. Somerville didn't judge the bounce of the ball at all well. It bounced up over him, but as he was going to get back the ball, Sills just put an arm around him and just pulled him back slightly. I
think that's a bit of lax there by Jake Somerville. He's not expecting that, and Sills has knocked it across and Yetton's put it in the empty net, but it's clear foul given by the referee, but I think that's a little bit harsh.
Yeah, I mean, it was a little bit lapsed because obviously he gave Moran a shout because you could see that Moran gave it up. We're joined by fires, and then there was a heavy challenge there this time by
Chris Shepherd down going in.
Chris Shepherd under Fraser. Fraser's just pleading his innocence, but Slough, I think, just need to calm themselves down a little bit.
Weymouth trying to attack the wings, aren't they, John?
Yes, and early in the game, away to Cambridge City, they scored from what looked to be quite a similar position. The ball was played in, and it was that man, Yetton, on the end of it. So Slough will need to be aware of this.
Sills is the one to watch as well. He's a big guy. He's about 6'3", 6'4".
Somerville, in no pressure at all, takes the ball early and easily, and looks to try and think about if there's any option to get rid of it. Chooses one of Eddie and Johnny. Johnny Dyer's after this, pursued in a hard way by McPhee, the covering defender, who's had to hook this out in the left-hand corner, and it will be an attacking throw into Slough. This game is end-to-end at the moment.
Yeah, there's Weymouth having the better of the chances there, but Slough's definitely in this, and it's the Slough fans you can hear behind the goal. The Weymouth fans to the far side, sitting there with their arms crossed.
Not
looking
just
like
waiting,
they were.
for the game
I
to
don't know. Wish
spark.
they were somewhere else.
And Ryan Parsons with the throw on the left finds Frith midway inside the box, but his blind pass isn't great. But then Weymouth do their best to give it away. Yetton back deep defending, hooks the ball across, but it's over Fraser, and who's got Rig in pursuit. But Fraser will have a couple of touches here and just chip the ball up the line in the direction of Frith. Strong defending from Winnell, but it's now with Short on halfway. Back to Fraser. Fraser to Short. Short inside to Johnny Dyer. Johnny Dyer tries and pokes around the corner, just gets caught, but nothing doing there. And the Slough bench aren't very happy here.
Yeah, he's looking for a foul there, but a little bit of a late tackle, but the referees let that one go.
Yeah, I think it's an interesting setup as Weymouth get the ball back into play quickly. It's now back at the back with Laird in the far left back position, all the way back to Matthews. The locals kind of moan a little bit at this, but Matthews 15 yards outside his box, long left-footed clearance up in the direction of Yetton. Yetton with York by his side, and York easily comes across, and Yetton just gave a glance across to see who else was there and whether it should have come and helped it. But now Dobson battling strongly against Kelly, and Kelly's gone to ground. Kelly looks to try and take it clearly, but
the definite foul by Dobson there. He's kind of like pushed him down to the ground.
And Mark Derring's just calling Dobson in, and the locals are just exploded this and calling for some different officiating.
We're surrounded by old Weymouth fans to the left and young famous Weymouth fans to the right.
So it's good that they're tracking both generations. So there's a nice smattering of people around the ground. You can see across a vista to some trees and a golf course to our right as Weymouth have a free kick which will go into the box from midway inside the Slough half towards the far post, and Short rises well to get enough on it, and Fraser's the quickest to react. Weymouth aren't chasing this back here, and they'll look to counter a ball into Johnny Dyer, but it hit off him, and now Weymouth will get the opportunity to get Yetton in, but it's a poor ball in. McClurg then equally a poor ball. He gets a bit lucky, plays it off to Dobson. Dobson now to left back position to Parsons, and Parsons will clear, but only as far as Wells. Slough under a little bit of pressure here, and now Rig on the ball. Rig up the line, but Parsons does well, cuts out the intended ball for Yetton, but certainly Weymouth and the Terrors growing into this game a bit.
Yeah, I think Weymouth are trying to get past the back line of the Slough's four centres there, and they're trying to put the ball into Yetton, who seems to be playing almost like a right winger.
He seems to be coming out quite wide. Sills on the opposite side of the penalty box at the moment as Wells gets his own throw back, and now it's Shepherd driving in on his left foot, tries to cut it through, but it's a blind pass, and the quality's poor at the moment from both teams. They're giving the ball away far too cheaply here as we've played nearly 10 minutes here at Bob Lucas Stadium. It remains goalless. One potential slightly controversial moment when when Parsons was lucky to, Somerville was lucky to be given a foul, but Dobson's now got some space, cuts inside, a little bit of space and time, looks for the crossfield ball, but well cut out there by the large figure of McPhee, and then Laird makes no nonsense with the clearance. Back in the left back position with Winnell for Weymouth, just having a moment to try and pick a pass.
Too much space in the centre midfield for Weymouth here.
There's a lot of space and not many players. Frith finally gets back to him. Fraser is also there closing him down, but he manages to get the ball away, goes for the 1-2, tries to pursue it, but across comes really short, takes out his own player. and a good play here from Weymouth. Weymouth are certainly coming into this game strongly. If you want to contact us at all, please do so at MyFC Rebels Radio. As Yetton, going backwards out towards the edge of the box, heads the ball back in the direction of Somerville, but Somerville, it's easy meat and drink from here. Just maybe look to calm the game down a little bit and get a decent touch on the game. I think
Slough just needs to concentrate on getting the ball and keeping it a little bit better. They're obviously looking for the counter-attack as a way of scoring, but don't give Weymouth too much of the ball.
And equally bad football there from both teams. As Somerville's clearance wasn't great, went straight to Weymouth's shirt. It was repelled by Wells and out for a throw into Slough, so you haven't really missed anything during those last 30 seconds. If this is your first time listening, welcome along. It's very much non-league commentary for non-league football, especially on non-league day, and you're joined here live. If you want to contact us at all, please do so at MyFC Rebels Radio or through the MyFC forum. Welcome along. Hopefully you'll enjoy this. George Short just getting his shirt pulled there as he played the ball around Wells, and now the Slough management team once again out there just complaining a little bit and just moaning, and a good clearance there by Matthews.
Yeah, it's just not that out way down, but George Short having his shirt tugged and not seen by the linesman or the referee, so you've got to keep your eye out for that kind of stuff. Sly little bits like that.
Yeah, Hungerford have taken an early 1-0 lead at Corby, a penalty, I believe. So, meanwhile here, it's battling around in the midfield, and the referee has awarded a free kick for a high foot there in the middle of midfield. So Slough will have a free kick 10 yards inside the
they need
Weymouth
to take
half.
their time. They're trying to take a quick one. They just need to take their time, let the blokes go forward.
Reshaw come around, making their way forward. Equally, Sills going back to monitor the situation, and Weymouth not really leaving any players forward apart from Yetton, who's being marshalled by Parsons, but Dobson with the free kick, driving it towards the far part of the box. Matthews starts to come, then doesn't.
Okay.
Headed across by Reshaw, it's bounced all the way across the box. A good chance there for Slough, but no one attacking the end of it. And York with a solid header back across pitch, and Fraser then deals well with the clearance. McClure takes a good couple of touches, let down by his third, and McPhee pickpockets him. And now a great crossfield ball that has Sills interested down to this right hand side in front of us, in front of the dugout. Just slips a moment, but takes his time.
Parsons got no help here. Where's Dobson? There he is.
Looks for a clearance, chips it up the line to Wells. Wells inside, but it's a poor pass. And now Reshaw has an opportune moment, clears the ball up, and it's gone over the head of the rushing ball. And now it's Smithy up against Laird, going backwards, and Matthews and the keeper collide.
What's it? Can he give a free kick for that?
I'm
Two
not sure.
players have collided. The goalkeeper
and his own player collided there. They ran into one another. Ed Smith may have helped him with a little nudge, but
I don't know about that, John. I think the goalkeeper and its lead number 5 have collided, and the referee's brought it back for a free kick. But it was the two players of the own team colliding. I can't see how we can do that.
No, it's certainly an interesting one. So as yet, there hasn't been a real clear chance in the match. Some of the Weymouth players, Wells and Yetton, just have the opportunity to take a little bit of water on balls. Sills also coming over to just Sills on the far side, just looking to make sure what it is. A few of the Slough players just having a little chat while there's treatment here at the moment for Laird for the brief hold-up in play. We've played almost 14 minutes here at Bob Lucas Stadium, Weymouth, and it remains goalless. The referee, Mr. Derian, just having a little chat with Ed Smith. I'm not sure whether he said he's... Oh, hang on, watch out. He's giving a little push,
he's just telling Ed that he feels that he pushed him in the back there, but I couldn't see it from where we were, but makes a change for the referee to actually spot something. But the interesting thing with the Weymouth team is they're playing quite wide across the pitch, but all their players up front seem to be swapping places.
As some of the young, immature fans to our right start to want to make some noise, but it's interesting. As Matthews is just waiting to just take the clearance. I don't think there was any treatment. The physio certainly wasn't on there for Weymouth, so Laird's back on his feet and just making his way up to halfway. They just exchange handshakes with Ed Smith, and he's just holding his back slightly. Meanwhile, Wells has been encouraged to push on, but the clearance is up the deep centre and Short's underneath it. Short wins it well, and Moran and Short don't talk very well as McClure tries a deft header across to Dobson, but it's fallen to Wells, and now Wells is up against Dobson down the right side, and Wells looks to cut inside. Short pass there, finds the figure of Shepherd. Shepherd tries to interact with his partner in the middle of Rigg, but doesn't do very well, and now Ed Smith on his bum on the halfway line after trying to control the ball there from Johnny Dyer. There's plenty of battle, and Ed Smith just getting a bit excited. But Shepherd's attacking away from goal. He's running all the way through. He's tried to pull a ball in, but Parsons. But it's only as far as Winnell. So Weymouth will continue to maintain the pressure there. Midway inside the Slough half. Short ball through. Ricochets back to Rigg. Out again to Winnell. Winnell on the far side goes all the way home to Laird on the halfway line. Takes a touch forward. The big centre-back. No Slough pressure on the player at the moment. McPhee now in midfield. Chips the ball out to Wells, but well cut out by Parsons, who heads it straight to Wells. And so Wells now has an opportunity to get it in the box. It's inside, and it's driven. And tipped over the bar by Somerville. That was the first clear-cut chance, and we played 15 minutes.
Yeah, Shepherd's looking very lively. He lined up on the right-hand side, but he's actually playing a lot deeper in the middle. I know that John had some... information on how maybe Weymouth would set up, but it looks like they've got 2 strikers and 3 players having a free role behind those strikers, and great effort by Chris Shepherd, but a good save. Yeah, and it looks like Rigg on the far side will take an in-swinging corner, signals the corner. There's plenty of movement in and around the box, just looking to do a short one, and they're going for it. They're pushing into a short one, and McClure's trying to cut the ball out, left-footed, back and repelled by Johnny Dyer. It's now still on the far side with Rigg on the ball. Rigg just inside to Shepherd. Shepherd just towards the edge of the 18-yard box. Plenty of time to cut inside. Tries to play the reverse pass, overhits it clumsily, and it's out for a goal kick. Yeah, a bit of respite here for Slough. Just need to waste a bit of time, get Weymouth out of this rhythm that they're going into. They do look very dangerous when they've got the ball on that far side.
So we're not in any particular hurry to take this goal kick. We've played almost 17 minutes here at Bob Lucas Stadium. It's just cooling slightly. There's a bit of cloud. I think it's a nice conditions to play football in. The pitch is quite hard, so it's bouncing quite a lot, but it's dry. There's not much wind in the air, and the game as so far is quite tense, but quite open at the same time. Yeah,
it is indeed. And as Jake launches a long kick down here,
Johnny Dyer underneath it goes up with Paul to try and win it, and Johnny Dyer's had a free kick against him. The referee clearly didn't like the challenge.
Johnny's got a face of innocence every time he gives away a foul, hasn't he?
Or an angry Glaswegian about to have a fight with you, more like. As the free kick's left for the keeper, Matthews to take. And McClurg just asking the referee exactly what's going on. Slough, as yet, have just been a yard off it when Weymouth have been in possession. Perhaps it's something they've been told to do, but they're not closing down terribly tight, terribly quickly. As the long crossfield clearances kicked by Wells, Moran going towards his own goal, but this time the confusion between Moran and Somerville isn't there, and Somerville easily picks it up and will have the opportunity to relieve the pressure. Sends it early in the direction of Johnny Dyer, who's coming to meet it, but Poole and McPhee are there. McPhee, a strong header out and repelled by Moran. And now George Frith heads it back to McClurg in short and flicks it through to Ed Smith. Ed Smith's given us offside, and Ed Smith, hands on head, can't quite believe it, but Laird is quick to get on with it. Short pass to McPhee. McPhee back to Laird, and Laird trying to break away out the box. The assistant signalling there's a foul, but Weymouth keen to get on with it. They're playing great open football. And Yetton's going across in, but Moran does well. Moran goes to clear the ball well, and it's hit him twice.
I think the first one was the ball bounced up and hit Tom Moran on the arm, which wasn't.
And the second one, I thought it hit him in the face.
It was just blasted at him from 2 yards, and so I thought it hit him in the face.
He didn't.
The referee's given a free kick just outside the D, just by level with the goalpost. But referee's making some strange decisions here today.
Yeah, so there's a dangerous free kick here for Weymouth, just left of centre outside the D, probably 20-25 yards from goal, and this is a real stern test from a dead ball here for Slough. It will be a direct free kick. It looks as if it's going to be Rigg to take this.
Shepherd's lining up as well.
Shepherd with his left foot, I think it may be. Shepherd and Rigg,
John
one of these two.
Underwood's just given a bit of direction of what to do there.
Yeah, there's plenty of Slough players in the wall. I'd say there's a 5-man wall joined by the player of Kelly from Weymouth, but it certainly looks like it might either be the right foot of Rigg or the left foot of Shepherd. Both stood over the ball, ready to take this shot. The referee gets the play under the weight, and Shepherd steps over it. It's played. It's a pre-work move. It's bounced around in the edge of the box, and it's a superb goal for Weymouth. That was straight off the training ground. Kelly with the goal, and that was straight off the training ground.
Yeah, it wasn't exactly the right way of what they wanted to do. A lucky deflection there, fell into the path of Adam Kelly, and he's fired it past Jake Somerville. Jake's done his best to get a hand to it, but too much power on it. And
so 20 minutes gone here at Bob Lucas Stadium. Weymouth take the lead, courtesy of a well-worked free kick that Kelly got on the end of it. It seemed a planned move that they played it very deliberately across the ground, knocked it off, and it fell for him nicely on the edge of the box. No one was tracking him.
It just looked like the Slough defence just weren't ready to clear the ball and just stood there and waiting. But talking to some Weymouth fans before the game, they were saying that as long as they don't concede in the first 20 minutes, they'd be happy. They might go on and win.
As Ed Smith goes in a crunching tackle, leaving his feet, which has Poole scampering, but the ball's now repelled back to Matthews. Matthews now inside his own box, clips the ball long, up in the direction of Sills. Sills just flicks the ball on, and Moran's going to have to hurry because Yetton's coming to shut it down, and Slough needs to get into the game. But Ed Smith's now through, has a touch, takes 2 touches, looked to chip him, but takes another touch. Seemed to get fouled there, but the referee played advantage. Just getting frustrated. Smith not looking quite
as sharp. And that's the goal scorer running back and helping out in his defence.
Yes, Smith kind of just dawdled on it a little bit for me there.
Yeah, but like you say, Don, the difference was he was closed down by 3 players when he had that ball.
As George Short, plenty of time, plays it through to Ed Smith, and Ed Smith's ball's too casual there. He's as the ball's bounced up and hit the hand, there wasn't much difference between that and the award of the free kick, but Shepherd's now guided it back to the right back Wells for Weymouth, midway inside their own half. Short ball to Shepherd. Shepherd now, it's inside to McPhee, into Shepherd again. Shepherd getting into the game completely. Lots of ball through, and now Sills is onside as out runs Jake Somerville, and he's hit the post. And it's bounced out,
he's missed
and
it.
It's carnage. It's been kept clear. It's still clear. He's offside.
He's offside.
And somehow Weymouth have not scored a second. That was only video will be able to explain what went on there.
I don't know how they haven't scored that. He's lobbed the keeper, it's hit the post, it's come out.
To Yeton 3 yards out, Ronnie Rosenthal it.
Missed it. Totally. Then the ball came to, I think it was Winnell on the far side who's tried to shoot. He's had it blocked by a great tackle by Sean Fraser, then follow-up save by Jake Somerville.
That is an absolute let-off for Slough. They have absolutely dodged a billet there. So that goal was scored in the 20th minute, and then the 22nd minute, it's interesting,
offside.
Once again the referee's given offside. Not a lot going for Slough, they just need to focus on their game, I think, at the moment.
No, a little bit of indiscipline here. I think Ed's doing one of his red miss where he's not concentrating on what he's doing, he's just in the offside position there from a goal kick, and he shouldn't be doing that. He should be looking along the lines and seeing what to do.
But Weymouth well on top here, and certainly looking to add to their goals that they've already scored. Slough just not quite at the races here. They seem to be at least 2 or 3 yards off it. I don't think it's anything through effort, it's just that Weymouth are playing the ball round better.
Yeah, they're moving it around very well. They've got to,
they're committing men forward
on the left-hand side, picking the ball up.
And the locals aren't very happy with that decision, but that did look like quite a clear offside, as they're just interested to see what happens there. But there was an offside there against Yeton, and Somerville's just going to take it, but the locals still aren't convinced.
No, not at all, but you can see what Weymouth are doing. They're just trying to get past the four. Slough defence is too far up the pitch.
They're trying to play a very high line, and they're lacking the pace of Hollis at the back today, and they're getting themselves in trouble. There's the ball falls through in the box, but Ed Smith's not quite sharp enough to react. He seems a yard off it today. He doesn't seem quite at the races. He's had a few chances which usually he might do a little bit better, as Reshort wins the ball well. Up the line to Dobson. Dobson now on the halfway line. 2 Weymouth players around him, trying to go down a blind alley, and he's run into trouble, and Kelly comes away with the ball. Inside to McPhee. McPhee back all the way to Laird.
And Dobson's bound to get a yellow card for that one.
And Dobson...
No, he's just going to get a word?
Dobson, I'm not sure what that was all about. And
I don't know what he's doing, but Chris McPhee was running back to his own goal, and Dobson's just come in and shoulder barged him from behind for no reason whatsoever.
I think it's purely frustration at this level, and Slough need to be aware of this. Yeah, the referee's just having a little word with McClurg and pulled over Dobson as well, just to say, OK, let's calm this down. I think he's talking about the Ed Smith incident earlier. Johnny Dyer, a.k.a. the Ewan McGregor Jedi lookalike, is coming over to the bench just to have a little drink, but Weymouth will certainly be far the happier team.
Is he getting a yellow card? He is. Yep.
He is.
Yep, Dobson's got a yellow.
So Dobson has been booked in the 24th minute.
And that's just silly, John, isn't it? It's like he's frustrated with the fact that he's lost the ball, but we've seen that with teams, especially with the last game at Histon, where indiscipline can cost the team.
Yeah, but going back to that scramble in the box, that was amazing. Sills did well to beat the offside trap. The ball was bouncing. He lifted it well over Somerville. It hit ricocheted off the bottom of the right-hand post into the goal mouth. And Yeton, it was harder to miss than score, and he did. He managed to miss, and then there was all sorts of scrambles. Somerville on his bum all over the floor, and there was Fraser taking wild slashes and swings at it, but eventually Slough somehow managed to avert it and get the ball away. But they are under pressure here. Weymouth are a top side, and they will do very well to come back from this, but they need to raise the game based upon how they're currently playing. And
I think the movement of the Weymouth front five, it looks like they're playing with a 4-1-3-2, and with just Chris McPhee as being the holding midfielder.
As the
movement of the other five is totally bamboozling the Slough midfield and defence.
Shepherd is a thorn in the side, and again he's made a clever run into the box. He's up against York on the far side, and York defends well, and he's sure he's won a goal kick there, but the referee is seeing different things here, the local Dorchester referee, and he's seeing things the other way. And so
Weymouth send up the 2 big lads from the back, Jamie Laird and Sam Paul.
Yeah. And it's an out-swinging corner from the far side. We played 25 minutes. Weymouth lead 1-0 from a very well-worked free kick, which Kelly got on the end of. Back post is a free unmanned mark, and it's Kelly again. Goes for the slash volley, just hits it into the ground, and the fans behind the ground, behind the goal to our right, are appealing that ball cross out. But some of it just trying to come
from our position, John, as if Jake did actually take that ball over the byline for a corner, but linesman hasn't given it, so
Somerville clears it straight up in the air, and that's meat and drink for Paul, who comes up strongly well, and then Moran wins the ball. The old goats near us are seeing it all one way at the moment, as
the Weymouth fans seem to be tackling each other. Every decision that goes against them, if someone tackles them, they don't like it.
No, and Short got plenty of time here to play a ball through to McClurg. They'll get Fraser forward here, as there seems to be a foul, and McClurg could get in trouble here. McClurg could be in trouble here. He raised his hands.
Jamie Kerr played the ball out wide to Sean Fraser.
He got caught by Rigg, And Rig, and he raised his hand to Rig, and then Rig went down. This will be very interesting. Slough could be down to 10. It
was innocuous, John. It wasn't. He didn't actually raise a hand to him. His arm just went as he played the ball, and Rig fell onto his arm.
I think you may be being a little generous there, because as he did, he kind of swung his arm backwards and round as he did, and he seemed to catch Rig. Although Rig made a very big deal as he's going to get a caution for it.
Just waiting for the referee to decide.
No, I've seen he's got a yellow card out already. I'm going for caution. But so McClurg going to be the second.
Suddenly Rig makes a miraculous recovery from being hit on the head.
Rig has made a fantastic recovery from a life-threatening illness here. And
the referee's got a yellow card out in his hand, but hasn't brandished it yet.
And Yeton, the other skipper, is just making his words, and certainly the locals are just making their feelings thought. As
waiting on the ref.
The referee's having a word with both skippers here. He's called Yeton in as well, but McClurg just responsible for this, but. It's going to be interesting to see what the decision. He's just saying absolutely no way, but he was fouled initially. But then it was silly because the referee was no more than 5 yards away, and he shouldn't put himself in that position.
And he's still not brandished a card at all. He's still giving him a lecture. It looks like it's yellow. Just a yellow card for Jamie McClurg. And Jamie's now talking to Tim Sills.
And Sills is having a big go.
And the referee's called over Chris McPhee
And Sills is doing his.
Rig has got a yellow card as well.
Sills is doing his best, and McPhee for his part in it.
And I think Slough have actually somehow out of all of that got a free kick for the original tackle.
I think he did get fouled, and he did because of the original foul that was committed by Rig. He's got the free kick, so. And now he's just having a little word with Rig, saying, "Oh, you've made a miraculous recovery. You didn't need any treatment." And now McClurg's having a little word with him.
They're still arguing about it. McClurg's having a go at Rig still.
There's now a little. Should we say there's a little tension in the game?
Just a tad.
And Sills is doing his best as the ex-professional to just get in McClurg's face. I'm sure all of Weymouth will be wise to try and get in McClurg's face, because they will endanger the Slough skipper of not lasting the 90. As Dobson takes a free kick from inside the half. Dobson just wins. It's
off Reece York.
Off Reece York. It's a goal kick to Weymouth, and we can pause for breath and hopefully talk about football. We've played nearly half an hour here at Bob Lucas Stadium, Weymouth. Weymouth deservedly in the lead, 1-0. They could well be 2 goals to 2 goals to the good.
And they're looking very dangerous every time they get the ball. They're looking with their movement. They're always looking to score goals. There's the goalkeeper for Weymouth having a chat with the Slough fans.
And still Rig and McClurg carry on their conversation off the ball as Sills just holds off Reece York, and the ball's bouncing around, and then Yeton drives in well, and that's a hospital ball from Reece York, and it's launched into the area by Kelly, and Fraser doesn't do well to clear it, and Weymouth have got an opportunity here with Yeton on the edge of the box. Yeton outside to Wennell, crosses it across all the way across the goal,
and he's missed it. Offside.
And he's offside anyway. Wennell was offside much earlier in the move, so it's. I think this guy's heard my commentary before. Has he got some cotton wool in his ear?
Bogies, I don't know, chewing gum,
sure.
I don't know what it is.
But there's a person just near us.
But Slough are causing their own problems here, John. They're not clearing the ball there. Fraser had a chance to clear it. He's mishit it straight to Shepherd, who's the most influential player on the pitch. Everything's coming through him. Slough have got to settle down and just do the basics.
And Ed Smith wins the ball well against Laird. Laird now flicks the ball on to clear it, and now it'll fall. Plenty of time for Kelly to pick a pass out wide to Wells. Wells now back inside to McPhee. McPhee, plenty of time to pull the trigger and tries to play a ball across to Wennell, but poor ball, and only finds Fraser in the
and the problem is Sean Fraser is in front of George Frith, and George Frith is playing as the right midfielder, but he's playing behind Sean Fraser at the moment.
As Parsons just plays the ball inside to Reece York, just 5 yards inside his own half, tries to get Dobson away now. Dobson overhits the pass though, and it's through to a goal kick. But at least Slough had a few touches of the ball then.
Yeah, I think Frith doesn't know whether he's going to go wide or come inside, and it's Slough all over the place, John. They need to just calm down, and McClurg just needs to settle everyone down, have a word with them.
He needs to settle himself down as well, to be honest. As the ball's bouncing around, and George Frith gets easily out one. There's a lot coming through that left-hand side from Wennell. Wennell into the feet of Shepherd, and Shepherd keeps the ball well, and now it's Wennell to Sills, and Sills, plenty of space, tries the ball way through to, and it's a great ball there from Tim Sills, and it's been coming, but Shepherd scores the second in the 31st minute.
And Slough on the end of a hammer in here, John, unless they do something. That simple play all the way through the middle of the field. And it's Moran and York are just being torn to pieces by just some smart interpassing by Weymouth. It's happening every time.
Plenty of space there, plenty of space towards the edge of the box there, and they're just trying to change the formation. I think the Slough management team are just having a look. They're not accustomed to what's happening here, and the management team of Weymouth did say they had researched and spoken to a few of the managers to understand how Slough play, and they'd like to get into that game. But Slough,
yeah, and yet you can tell they've done their homework here, and the Slough management need to try and do something. Looks like they were indicating free, whether that's free at the back or I don't know, but Slough are being ripped apart every time that Weymouth get the ball in that middle section.
Yeah, it's interesting to see. But Fraser with the ball on the right hand side. Slough need to come back into this game. Meat and drink for Paul. They're playing it high and heavy, and Slough aren't keeping the ball at all. Short now with the ball, pass it to Parsons, shut down quickly by Yetten to Dobson. Dobson back inside to Parsons. Parsons looks at an aimless ball through to space, but it's now all the way back to Shepherd. Shepherd goes all the way home to Matthews.
No.
And the ball's cleared high and long, and now Short battling in midfield, but loses the ball well. And Yetten plays a great through ball towards Dyer, but it's gone all the way back to Matthews. And this will be a back pass if he picks it up. Be the longest back pass you've ever seen.
But Slough that's better by Slough. They've got to close them down a little bit. They've got to step the tempo up a bit. They're a bit slow at the moment.
Still in the middle of the park. There's two players pretty much unmarked. The figures of Kelly and Shepherd.
Oh, finally he's given a free kick to Slough, the referee.
And no, it's an offside again.
Is it?
Yeah.
But Rhys York is complaining, and rightly so. He's being fouled by Yetten every time that ball's coming in, and Yetten's turning his back and blocking him off the ball.
Yeah, so we played almost 34 minutes here. Slough trailed 2-0 at Bob Lucas Stadium against a very good and lively, bright Weymouth Sea, who have certainly got their tails up. And Rhys York just playing a short ball to Moran, just almost got caught on it by the very lively Shepherd. Slough not having a
Shepherd's playing in the centre. He's almost the furthest player forward up the pitch for Weymouth.
And long ball forward in the direction of Johnny Dyer.
How can you not see that?
And Dobson now having a little battle. Dobson chips the ball forward, and Ed Smith's not on the same wavelength. He's going to chase it. He's going to go down. He got caught, and that looked like
gone down.
He's going to get booked. He's going to get booked. He's given a penalty finally.
He has.
He's given Slough a penalty.
He's got to send the goalkeeper off.
This might be a sending off. It's yellow.
How can he give a yellow card when he's the last man? He's clearly the last man on the pitch.
Matthews lucky there not to see red. That
is just absolute ridiculous.
So Matthews booked in the 35th minute, I'd say.
I mean, Smith is clean through. I mean, to be honest, John, he's mostly overhit that ball, and he's lucky to win a penalty because he hasn't got control of it. But the referee has got to send him off. He's the last man. He goes round. If he doesn't fall down, he puts the ball in an empty net. How can he give a yellow card?
The good thing with this, and with the player manager Matthews having a little bit of time to get up on his feet, is that the Slough management team have had a few moments to get into the players' ears and just perhaps hopefully settle them down a little bit.
Yeah, there's a lot of hot temper here, but the problem is Slough need to switch on, because if we don't score this penalty, Weymouth look like they're going to attack. Slough just aren't ready for it.
And it's going to be Johnny Dyer with a penalty to Slough to reduce the deficit to a single goal. The referee,
Johnny Dyer to take it.
So it's Dyer against Matthews, down to our far left-hand end. Dyer looking anxiously on.
Come on, Johnny.
Right foot step up. He smashes the ball and sends the keeper the wrong way. And it reduces the deficit to 1, which is slightly against the run of play, I'd say, but I won't argue about it being slightly against the run of play.
It is against the run of play, John, but it was a mistake by the Weymouth teams, and Slough players are just talking to themselves now, trying to get themselves with the instructions they got from the managers, deciding what they're going to do.
Yeah, so that hopefully will give Slough some confidence and just wake Weymouth up a little bit.
Yeah, the Slough fans behind the goal got something to cheer for now, so they've had nothing this entire first half.
No, since the first minute or 30 seconds. The ball played back to McPhee. Fraser now wins the ball up. McClurg heads the ball on. Should have got a shout of a little bit of time there. McPhee heads the ball on. It's head tennis at the moment, and Ed Smith takes a touch after winning the penalty. Just a Slough getting pressure in there. And Yetten's once again offside.
Offside.
And And he's pushing the boundaries, but if Slough keep playing a high line, they may get caught at some point.
I don't know if he's got a thing with the linesman here trying to get himself a record number of offsides, but that was terrible by him there.
It's a great beard, though. He's got a great beard as the ball's played long towards Dobson. Dobson up against Wells in the right back position. Dobson crosses it into the box dangerously, well cleared by Laird. It's now only as far as McPhee. McPhee turns, does a Cruyff turn in his own box, left-footed clearance up to halfway, Sills with it. Sills heads the ball back, and now Weymouth will break away and try and attack as the ball's played long through in the direction of Kelly down this right-hand side. Reshawk's come across to take it, and Reshawk does well, but then loses it again. Cuts the ball off and drilled across by Kelly. Hits his own player of Shepherd, and it's
Chris
behind
Shepherd as he's run through, and it's kind of hit him on the side and bounced out for a goal kick. But you know, Weymouth looking dangerous again there, Tom. And you can see it from the kick-off. Weymouth straight away played the ball high wide to the left-hand side, and 5 players just immediately attacking the back line of the Slough defence. The
Slough management team just asking why it wasn't a sending off, I believe. They're just asking in the ear of Mr. Derrian, who's certainly been a central figure in this first half.
I don't know if there was a ghost or something on the line that was acting as a player or something, but it had to be a red card, John.
It was an interesting decision. I'm sure it will come back as Paul comes through strongly through the back of Dyer, but Dyer loves a battle, and now we need Frith to get into the game and reduce those sorties forward by Winnell. And Frith's done well there, won the ball, plays it back to Fraser on the halfway line, short, screaming for the ball, very square. Just simple, short pass. Well, now where's he going? He's going.
That's better by Slough. When they've got the ball, got to keep it, play it well. Someone's got to come to the left.
And just now Reshawk with the ball, looking to chip it over. But Reshawk decides to come inside, play the ball along the floor to Ed Smith, flicks it on to Johnny Dyer. Johnny Dyer overcomplicates it, too many flicks, puts his hand up in acknowledgement. It's back with Winnell in the left back position. Weymouth will look to clear the ball and set another attack underway. Fraser wins that header easily. McClurg got a little bit of time. Just gets tackled there by Rigg in the middle of midfield. But now the tall figure of McPhee driving forward deep into the Slough half. Squares it across to Wells. Wells now up against Parsons. Cuts inside Wells. Left-footed cross. Reshawk gets a foot in, hooks it clear, and it's an attacking throw into Weymouth. Yeah,
I think a call there should have been shouted by Jake. If he'd called for that, ball would have come straight into his hands, but Reese had no chance.
Ball back in play with Kelly driving the ball to the edge of the box. Yeton mishits the shot, and it's back with some of his arms, and they're 2-on-2 at the back. They should launch the ball forward, and they do. They're 2-on-2 at the back, and if they win this ball, as a good flick home by
Yes, Laird, it was with the flick there. But
I've got to calm down, haven't I, guys? I'm just getting some commentary advice by one of the uglier of the 2 centre backs that sat in front of me, as the other one's still too loved up talking to his girlfriend on text. Yeah, stop! Don't send her photos of that.
Is you're not just another holiday, is he?
Oh, you're texting my missus. That's fine. She doesn't listen anyway. That's all right. Okay, all right. We'll give a shout out to Fowles and anyone else that might be listening here. Long ball played forward, and Moran's heading back towards goal, but Yeton's bullied him off the ball. Yeton with the ball tries to have a wild swing at it, but Moran deals with it well. And Moran looks forward, clears it in the direction of Johnny Dyer, but it's only found the feet of Laird. Laird puts the ball out of play, kept in there on the far side.
Winnell there's just out-fought Frith for the ball. Frith is waiting for the ball to go out, and Winnell's not giving up on that, and he's kept it in, but Slough got the ball.
Short with a bit of time there, plays it too tight and too intricately there with Dobson in midfield, and Weymouth have the ball away. Slough giving it away quite cheaply, and Parsons catches Wells quite heavily there, but
Shepherd
Weymouth definitely have the advantage as Shepherd drives forward towards the edge of the box on his favoured left foot, and Reshawk's conceded a free kick.
Give that as a free kick.
But just strength.
That is a terrible decision. Chris Shepherd is running to the far side, and he's just kicked the ball too far and fallen over, and the referee's given a free kick.
So there's a free kick to Weymouth in a dangerous position, and we all know what happened from the last free kick. Reshawk's talked his way.
He's going to book Ryan Parsons, I think.
No, he's booking Reshawk for his mouth, I think.
No, it's Reshawk going to get. First of all, John, it's not even a foul, and to get a booking for it, it's got to be for something he said, because otherwise that is a terrible refereeing decision.
Yeah, they were just running shoulder to shoulder there. And Reshawk now into the box, so he's going to be walking the tightrope. It looks again that Shepherd stood over the ball. This one slightly more central, 10 yards or 5 yards.
Slough got to switch on after that last one. They're expecting the shot, and they had that intricate little play. Shepherd with the ball. Slough got to be alive to everything here.
Yeah, the way that Shepherd plays it, I feel that he's going to be the instigator here, but there's plenty of Weymouth bodies forward. They're only leaving 2 back, but this time Slough have got many players back.
McPhee lining it up, seems to be hitting it with his right, or Shepherd with his left.
Somerville just making sure that his wall of 5 is lined up correctly. Ed Smith just dangling off the edge of the wall. An opportunity for Weymouth to regain their 2. And it's inches wide. It had Somerville flat-footed the wrong side, and the whipped free kick.
I don't know if that was Jake Somerville with great anticipation where that was going, or just a bit of luck, but that looked awfully close from we were.
Yeah, it was whipped with his left foot over the wall and down just past the far post of Somerville. Slough breathe a sigh of relief here. The goal margin only remains 1 goal, and I'm sure Anders and Bates will hope it stays the same till half-time, but Weymouth have been well worth their lead. They've just been sharper in many areas as Rigg wins short in midfield. Weymouth still knocking the ball around well, just keeping possession very well. And once again, the ball out to Winnell's on. They're choosing not to use it as yet. They're playing it all the way back to the keeper, Matthews. Matthews with the ball looks out to that left flank of Winnell. Fraser up well. Now Short has a header, but only heads it straight.
Headed it forwards aimlessly.
And a long ball forward. This will fall through to Somerville, and the danger will be averted for Slough. As we go into the final 3 minutes of the first half, Somerville with the ball in his hands clears it long. Johnny Dyer and Ed Smith underneath it. Well won though by Paul in the pullback. The Weymouth back four. Flicked on by Wells, and it'll be an attacking throw to Slough.
Quite surprised on in that build-up to that other attack that Ryan Parsons didn't get a yellow card for a foul. Clearly caught, I think it was Wells.
As some of the locals just start to make their way out to get their half-time coffees, the throw gets into George Frith, who's just chips the ball through towards Ed Smith. Winnell was appealing for it, but now the ball falls to Rigg on the far left side, up against McClurg. Plays the ball to Yetton. Yetton doesn't control it well, and McClurg will now have the opportunity. Flicks the ball into Whittam. Frith. Frith controls it very well. Back to McClurg. Slough just coming into the game a little bit more. Flicked on, and Ed Smith's offside after the flick by Frith.
It's an offside battle between the 2 number 9s here. Yetton and Smith both getting caught offside far too many times.
As we enter the final stages, there'll be a bit of injury time. There's been quite a few stoppages in this first half. No real treatment as such, but there's been quite a little bit going on off the pitch.
The trainer's only been on once, John, and that was when the goalkeeper feigned injury after fouling Ed Smith. So.
As the long clearance finds once again Weymouth attacking, and Sills on the far side, back to Winnell. Winnell inside to McPhee. McPhee chips the ball into the box for Yetton, but Somerville comes out well, snaffles that shot, and looks to set it on the way as Weymouth seems to be leaving 2 back most of the time. And as Smith picks up the ball, back to Frith, who's had a heavy touch but keeps the ball on deck. Short pass along the ground.
Fraser's making an overlap and he's missed it.
To Short. Short, a couple of yards forward, decides to play the ball square to Parsons. Parsons to Dobson. Now it's a running race between Shepherd and Parsons, and all the way back to Matthews on his wrong foot. Clips the ball up, but doesn't get much depth on it, and Moran comes firing out the back in the direction of Frith. Now Frith, who's going to win that second ball first? McClurg's on it as ever. Snaffles it. Johnny Dyer's the look ball, but he's offside. The referee is happy to acknowledge it and plays continuing. I'm not sure the referee should have been continuing play there because he was in an offside position and Weymouth didn't seem to get any advantage at all. Sills on halfway, flicks the ball inside to Kelly.
Dobson wins a bit. No.
Kelly now looks to try and find the out ball of Winnell down the far side, but Fraser deals with it well. McPhee heads it back. We're playing head tennis as we're into injury time in the first half. Short sends away Frith, who's got acres of space. 2 players in the box to look for. Chips the ball through to Johnny Dyer. He's got plenty of time, hooks the ball, but it's deflected off Paul. And Matthews falls on the ball and gathers it well. And I think that might be that.
That was a lovely ball in from George Frith to Johnny Dyer. Johnny Dyer took 1 touch, but the block came in from Paul. Good defending.
Will Slough be happy with 2-1 at half time?
They'll be very happy with 2-1 because it could be a lot worse.
And it still could be, as Matthews plays in Yetton. Yetton's through on goal. Yetton round Somerville and knocks the ball in. And it gets worse for Slough right on the cusp of half-time in the 46th minute. Good goal by Yetton, but it looked like Reece Short was slightly on his heels there.
Yeah, there's a mistake by the Slough defence yet again, not switching on. And the sooner that Guy Hollis and Adam Fowler come back, the better, because there's no kind of feeling between the 2 of them. And a simple mistake there gives the ball away, and it's been capitalised on by a very good striker.
And I think that's no more than they deserve, probably. They deserve a 2-goal cushion in this first half, Weymouth, for how they've played and how poorly Slough have played.
I mean, they could have had 4 or 5, couldn't they, John? Quite easy.
But it's an absolute killer goal. But Yeti comes up again. That's his 6th goal in 7 games, I understand.
Yeah, he was, like you said, prolific scorer at Truro, and he scored 2 against Slough when we played them the last time we were up at Truro.
So Slough will want to get back in those dressing rooms with Anders and Bates with plenty to say. They've only got the penalty to show for it. They're conceded 3 goals in the first half here. And Johnny Dyer heads it on, but he's all alone. And he may have hurt himself again. He looked to fall a little bit awkwardly, but the ball's with Matthews. Weymouth will be very happy with their first half display here.
Didn't you just say that Slough will be happy with 2-1?
Yeah. And Weymouth will be extremely happy with 3-1. As the ball...
That's the half-time whistle.
And a half-time score is Weymouth 3, Slough Town 1. And unusually, I think the management team for Slough are going to go onto the pitch and have words with Mark Derrian.
But some of those decisions, John, have been, I'd say, weird is the word that you'd like to use, but Howie doesn't send the keeper off.
And as the
It's
players
a big
go off,
decision on the game.
Baker is making his way over to just have a little chat with the referee, and it'll be interesting to see how this is working out. He's just asking why I think it wasn't a sending off.
But it's Baker's having a word and John Underwood's standing there.
So Neil Baker continues to have a little word with the referee, Mr. Derrian. He won't get himself in trouble, but he's just asking why on earth it wasn't a sending off. Slough much below par in that first half.
I mean, what's the referee going to say to him, John? He's not going to tell him, really, is he?
He's not. I mean, the decision's not going to change
No.
ultimately, is it? They're not suddenly going to change. And maybe looking back on video evidence, it'll be interesting to see what.
And Baker's still walking off with him now. He's still arguing something about whatever he doesn't like.
But Slough have got a mountain to face in this second half. They've come from 2 goals before at half-time down, but it'll be really interesting and difficult to see how they're going to come against this sort of quality side. Yeah,
I think Slough need to do something. Maybe put Daryl Thomas on and go 4-3-3. They're lacking something down the right-hand side. That's where they need to. George Swift just isn't getting into the game as much as he could.
Right, we'll sign off and we'll come back to you in about 6 or 7 minutes and give you some updates on some other half-time scores and fill you in on the story of the first half. But thank you very much for now. Good evening and welcome to Rebels Radio latest interview. I'm joined by Slough Town Joint Manager John Underwood. How are you, John?
Good, thanks, John. You?
Yeah, not too bad at all. Looking forward to a busy couple of games coming up. Let's start by talking about Histon last Saturday. You've had a bit of time to reflect. You were kind of very down in the mouth immediately after the game. What are your reflections, having had a few nights' sleep?
Yeah, we're kind of we're over that one now. We've drawn a line under that one. Yeah, last time we spoke, myself and Bakes were very down, very disappointed. Felt it was a 2 points dropped. Felt we should have won that game. But the great thing about football is the next game comes around and we've trained twice this week, and we did speak about it on Tuesday, but then we used that as the time to draw a line under it, as I said, and tonight we had a very positive training session. So Histon's out of our system, can't do anything about it now. We need to go and get a positive result at the weekend.
Brilliant. Talking of the training sessions that you mentioned, Tuesday, Thursday, can you talk us through what you got up to with the boys?
Yeah, we mixed it up a bit. On Tuesday we did something that we did a few times last season, which was an indoor circuit training session up at Farnham Park.
Were you joining in?
No, I was instructing. I was doing the demos. No, it was good. We had 17 lads trained on Tuesday up at Farnham Park. They enjoy it. It's really hard work. It's something a bit different. We try and do as much of it kind of football specific as possible in terms of the movements and the work that we're doing, although it's without a ball. So it's just something a bit different, and training, if you do the same thing every week, can get a bit boring. So when we train twice a week, we try and do something a bit different on the Tuesday. So we did that, and then did a lot of ball work tonight in training, and the boys trained very well tonight. It was a real good buzz about us tonight, a very positive session. I think we're all really looking forward to Saturday.
Yeah, looking forward to Saturday. What's the latest in terms of the squad? Obviously, injuries, availability.
Yeah, we've got you've got some good news. Eddie and Johnny have both trained twice this week with no ill effects, so they are fit to join the squad on Saturday, which gives us 4 forwards in the squad, which is great. Guy Hollis is obviously returned. He was away last weekend. He's had a slight groin problem tonight. Hoping it won't be an issue. Hoping that won't be too bad and that he'll be okay for Saturday. Luke Knight was the disappointing one Saturday. He came off after about an hour and felt it wasn't the same area of his groin. It was somewhere slightly higher up, and there's a little pull in there. And we don't think it's too bad. We think he's aiming for a week Saturday, the FA Cup game, but he won't be able to be involved at the weekend. So it's really frustrating for him joining a new club and getting injured. And he's such a good player. So it's a real shame, but we have to put up with it. So we'll take a 15-man squad down there on Saturday, and we're strong. We're looking forward to it.
Any others getting game time anywhere else? Or
yeah, Scott Harris and Jake Parsons will play for Ascot United of the Hellenic Prem on Saturday and Tuesday. So there's a chance for them both to get 2 games under their belts, which will do them the world of good. The other one, kind of in and around the squad, Adrian Sear trained twice this week. He couldn't do any ball work. Well, we decided not to do ball work tonight. He's coming back from an ankle problem, but he's looking to get on into some ball work next week, and then we'll look to get his fitness up. So yeah, he's very much part of our thoughts and one that we want to get fit.
Okay, so looking forward to the 2 games, 2 road trips in a matter of 4 days, both down to the Dorset seaside. What are you looking for from both the games?
Looking for a big improvement on the Histon performance, which I think we'll get. I think we're the sort of group that bounces back from a performance like that, especially when it's a big game. Looking for us to be competitive in both games, and we're not going to go there and sit back and pack men behind the ball and play for a draw. We want to go and try and be positive and make it, have a real go. And I think both games will be really good games. They're 2 very, very good sides. We both think they'll be top 5 come the end of the season. Be shocked if they're both not in the top 5. They're very good. They've got good squads. They're established in this league. Weymouth very well supported. Big old-fashioned non-league ground. On
non-league day as well.
Yeah, I think there'll be a really good crowd there. I think I'd be surprised if there's not 1,000 there Saturday, with what they've been getting recently and the fact it's non-league day. And we'll take a good number down as well. So yeah, it's one of those, when you look at the fixture list, it was one of those standout games that we were looking forward to. And we really are. This is why we wanted to get into this league, to play these sorts of games. So yeah, we can't wait.
And if I'm going to push you to say, what would you ideally like out of these 2 games? If I'm talking to you next Wednesday, where would you like to see it? Obviously 2 good performances, but unbeaten in both.
Yeah, we don't want to get beat, but then a win and a defeat is better than 2 draws. So we need to win more games than we have done. We're pleased we've only lost 1 game out of 7, but we've only won 2 out of 7, and we've drawn too many for our liking. Obviously, a draw in either game is not a bad result, but maybe for some of these draws that we've where we've conceded late equalisers and feel we deserve more, we need to go and nick a win at one of these games. So we'll go there. We know they're going to be very, very tough games, but we've also got a lot of belief in ourselves, and we believe that this group will play well in big games and respond to big games. So I'm not going to put a points number on it. I know you want me to, but I won't. Let's start with Weymouth, and we'll go there and we'll try and win the game. And they don't lose many at home, and if we do, it will be a fantastic achievement.
And then the following week, the FA Cup's kind of looming on the horizon. You're yet to find out exactly who you're going to be playing in that home tie at Holloway's, but looking forward to that as well. Yeah,
definitely. I think we owe. I said before, we owe the chairman a cup run this year, and it's good to start with a home game. And obviously, a team from a lower league. We've got the game watched. I know yourself went with Neil, so we've seen them on Tuesday. So we don't know who we'll have, and whoever it will be. And we're really looking forward to it. We'd love to have a run this year. Obviously, you can't take this one for granted. We need to go and be professional, and that will be a nice welcome distraction from the league. And it's important. It's important for the fans, I think, to have a run. I think the chairman would be very appreciative of us raising him a little bit of money, because we didn't last year in the cup competitions. And you always dream that there's normally a team from our level goes a long way, and why can't it be us? So yeah, can't wait for that. But we've obviously got a couple of real tests before then.
Brilliant. One final question: Did you sing Bates happy birthday today?
No, he was let off lightly actually. I think I thought they might do the bumps, but we only had about 17 training tonight, so I don't think there was enough to lift him. But no, he was let off fairly lightly tonight. I think when you get to our age, you don't really talk about birthdays too much. So no, he was let off the hook tonight.
Brilliant. Well, thanks for your time. Good luck in the 2 games in Dorset, and we'll catch up with you soon.
Okay, cheers, John.
Cheers. Hello and welcome back. You're joined by Adrian and John. We're slightly downhearted, aren't we? I would say Aid is fair enough.
Sorry, I forgot to turn the microphone. Actually, I think, John, after that half-time entertainment, I'm as buoyant as anyone. That mascot race at half-time was something to be seen, I believe.
Yeah, I couldn't honestly tell you. Goodness knows what was going on with some of those mascots, and there was Zorbs involved and shots at goal and all sorts of different things. But
well, yeah, I think basically you had about 7 or 8 mascots who pushed the Zorb to one end of the pitch, ran the length of the other end of the pitch, tried to score a goal, which I think took them about 12 goals, ran to the centre, and that was it. But the best part, I think, was the Zorb was left at the far end with the Slough players were having a bit of a kick about, and Adam Cornell from about 30 yards just curled the ball straight into the Zorb.
Oh, okay. Well, if you're just joining us, Weymouth have played very, very well in the first half. They lead 3-1. They're well worth it. They took the lead from a well-worked free kick very early on after 20 minutes. Then after 31, Tim Sills doubled their lead, and they had a 2-goal advantage. And then at that point, it was like, how many are they going to get? Slough got into it. Ed Smith managed to win a penalty. The keeper wasn't sent off. In the meantime, there was a mad scramble in the box at some point where Tim Sills lifted it over Somerville. It hit the post. Yetton managed to miss worse than Ronnie Rosenthal ever did. And the end result is that just on the brink of half-time, the ever-present and rather decent Yetton, who's been a pain for Slough all through the first half, continued his reasonably good goal-scoring form of late and knocked it in and really kind of put Slough to the sword again.
Yeah, I mean, Slough haven't really been in the game. I mean, apart from the penalty, there was a cross very early on by Dobson, which caused a lot of trouble. And then there was a cross again, I think it was by Ryan Parsons or Dobson. But apart from that, Slough haven't really been in the game. And it's just the movement of the Weymouth front 5. They're all switching positions. They're all changing what they're doing. And the Slough back 4 are lacking a bit of protection. And they're just lacking the knowledge of who to pick up and where to go, and they're making silly mistakes, and Weymouth for a side that will capitalise on it.
Yeah, and Slough have been a little bit indisciplined at time. I can see John Underwood having words there. I think it's with
I mean, there's not much that Slough can actually do to change it. The subs are Witham, Cornell and Thomas, who are all attacking.
Yeah. And Matty Bonnet, who's it's nice to see warming up as the Slough players are just out on the pitch, but yeah, John Underwood's just having a word, quite a fierce word, I would say, with Stuart, Somerville's Jake's dad, and it looks like it's quite a fearsome conversation.
Yeah,
it's an interesting. I'd love to know what it is from the back, whether they're. It
doesn't seem to be happy, does he?
No.
So I don't know what's going on.
It's not a friendly type conversation.
Yeah,
it
a lot of pointing going on there. So, well, John's going back,
and Rupert stood right next to him. It's interesting to say the least.
I think Jake's dad seems to be maybe pointing out whether it's in frailties in the Slough defence or maybe his son's not being protected.
Yeah, perhaps so, or perhaps he's not happy with some feedback that perhaps some of the comments the managers were making to Jake in the first half. I'm not sure, but it does look as if they have an issue. But it's not very seemly to do this. But as the home fan, as this is going on, I think good job that it's quite out of sight for most of the majority of people. But they're having quite a good discussion about it. But it's it's not been the best half. But outcome the Slough team, and the Weymouth are also out. Here is Aid going into his pocket. What does he bring out? He's had some cake at half time, Aid, haven't you?
Just making sure my yellow and blue shorts are fine. Don't want to crease those or anything, do I?
They are very, very fine yellow and blue shorts. Just checking on the phone situation. They haven't been stolen yet, which is good news.
Yeah. All the way to Bournemouth. First shop we went into, John saw these lovely bright yellow and navy blue shorts. Had to buy them for today.
So the half-time score is The Terrors, or Weymouth, 3, Slough Town 1. The teams in goal, number 1, player manager Jason Matthews. He was booked on the 35th minute for conceding the penalty to Ed Smith. 2, Ashley Wells. 3, Jacob Winnell, who's been in all sorts of space in that first half. Chris McPhee, number 4, just sits in front of the back four. Number 5, Jamie Laird. 6, Sam Paul. And they just hold the back together, and it was Laird that was booked, I think, or was it McPhee who was booked for his mouth? One of the 4 or 5. I think it was maybe McPhee was booked for his mouth. Rig, number 8. Yeton, the captain, who scored the goal in the 46th minute of the first half, number 9. Sills, who got on the goal scoring sheet in 31st minute, number 10. And Shepherd, who was probably the player of the half, number 11. And do you want to go through the Slough team?
Wasn't it Chris Shepherd that got the second goal, not Sills?
Sorry, yes, Shepherd, yeah, not Sills. Yeah. So, as we're about to get underway, Mr. Derry News had a lot to do the first half. He certainly had a talking to from Neil Baker at half time, as Anders is just...
The chairman's just walking past us. He's looking a little bit bemused.
Yeah. I'm not
maybe with the referee's decisions in that first half. And Slough kick off going left to right.
Yeah, they're Slough shooting left to right in their purple kit. In goal, 1 Jake Somerville, 2 Sean Fraser, 3 Ryan Parsons, 4 Tom Moran, 5 Rhys Short, he's been booked, 6 George Short, 7 Johnny Dyer, who scored the penalty in the 36th minute, 8 Jay McClurg, who was involved in a tense incident, and Ed Smith just breaks through initially, passes it out to Dobson, he gets clattered after the ball had gone, and Dobson pulls the trigger.
But his referee's got to come back and book.
And why was that advantage played? Why was there not a free kick given there? There didn't seem to be a huge amount of advantage. But immediately, as he tackled clumsily and heavily, I think it's Laird down.
I don't know if he's holding his arm or his shoulder or something.
But Slough have a corner. I'll continue with the rest of the team. Jamie McClurg, number 8, booked in the 27th minute. 9th, Ed Smith. 10, George Frith. And 11, James Dobson. And on the bench, 12, Alex Whittam. 14 Adam Cornell, 15 Darryl Thomas, and I think it's 17 Matty Burnett. And on the bench for Weymouth, not as yet used, is going to be 12 Ed Palmer, 14 Steve Caldwell, 16 Jamie West, and 17 Connor Jevon. But yeah, I mean, Ed Smith had an opportunity there. He was literally on the edge of the D and got clattered. And it looks like the player, I think it's Laird, who's still down for Weymouth, injured himself in doing that.
They're saying substitution, so I think she's holding his knee or something. So. After he's fallen, he's injured himself, but
it was a bad challenge. But the stretcher's coming on. No one likes to see that, and Weymouth are going to be forced into their first substitution, barely a minute into this second half, and they're going to, I think, lose their talismanic figure here.
But she seems to be holding his neck. So as he's fallen, maybe he's landed on his neck, John.
Yeah, I can't see the Weymouth substitutes warming up particularly, but I guess they must have done. As Rhys Short already needs a drink. It's that warm out there. The sun bathes us. We're in the main stand here at Bob Lucas Stadium. Slough shooting from left to right. Jake Somerville in the goal to our left in bright red kit, yellow boots. In the right-hand end is the goalkeeper and player manager Matthews for Weymouth. He's just tending to his charge and just seeing what the latest situation is.
Actually, they're being attended by the St John's ambulance person having a look at him now.
Yeah, so there's a stop in play here, and Super Kev's also looking just to see whether he should go and help treat at all. He's poised and ready as the Slough substitutes here. Look on.
It's nice to see the injured players of Slough keeping themselves fit and healthy with pints of energy drinks, chips, pies. Fowler's got chips and pie there.
Fowler's chips, pies, chips and pies. Hollis chips and burger. A few pints of cider.
I think Adam Fowler's got 2. He's that hungry.
No, I don't think Fowler's got. I don't think Fowler's got 2 for himself. Fowler, are they both for you? Are they both for you, Fowles? I know.
Isn't Jesus supposed to feed everyone else and not you feed Jesus?
Can Jesus turn that into 5,000? Jesus, what's happened to your hair? Jesus, what's happened to your hair? It's all gone. Are you going to turn that into 5,000? Are you going to turn that into feeding the 5,000 or at least the 1,000? Lucasade, energy drink, energy. It's fruit, isn't it? As they're just getting stuck into their food.
No, he's walking off.
What? Got any electricity? Not to you. Why? I've got a plug. Why? Have you got a charger plug? Yeah. Yeah. Warren needs to keep in touch with his girlfriend, so we need to give him some energy here. He's got to text his mum, text his brother. His brother always worries about him. My missus loves it. Yeah, there's one more space in there. Have a little look in there. There should be a space under there.
Sam Paul, the injured player. They've not brought him off on a stretcher, but
yeah,
he's walked off, and he's going to be walking back on.
As our view is slightly blocked at the moment by the younger and more injured of the Hammers, as Slough have a corner on the far side. Dobson drives it across towards the far post. York free header, heads it into goal, and it's in! And Slough pull the goal back with a free header from Rhys York. 2 goals in 2 games for Yorkie. Oh no, not 2 goals in 2 games. He didn't score last time.
You missed a couple of games out, yeah, but unmarked at the back post was Rhys York, and all he's done is he's headed it smack down in the middle, and it's bounced up into the top of the net. Slough straight back in the game at 3-2.
Yeah. So Slough have pulled a goal back in the 4th minute of the second half.
Well, we called it first minute, but it's the 4th minute in theory due to that injury.
So he's been booked, and he's now scored in the 49th minute, we're going to call that. There's going to be a fair few minutes injury time, but Weymouth have been forced into that change, and we'll see how much it affects them as Slough have pulled the deficit back to a single goal again now. And Dyer's now alert to it, but gives the ball away cheaply. And McPhee drives the ball forward.
And cleared by York with a long one.
York. And now it's first touch for the substitute there. Ball bouncing around in midfield, and McClurg underhits that pass to Short, but Short steps over it well. Flicks the ball out to Parsons. So Paul's up on his feet, and Paul's gone down again. Paul's gone down again. He needs to be substituted. And it's number 12 going to come on for Paul.
He's going to have to come off, isn't he, surely?
So Palmer's going to come on for Paul.
Ed Palmer coming on for
Paul.
Sam Paul.
Yeah. I'm not sure if this is going to be a like-for-like change. We'll have to see how they line up after this. It may well be that McPhee drops into the middle.
Yeah, McPhee's had. It does look like that's what's going to happen, John. He's had a very, very good game as being that holding midfield player. He's bossed that first half. He's cut out every attack, and he's allowed the 2 fullbacks to push on.
Good reception though for Paul.
Yeah, it looks like he's got a bit of a knee injury there.
But Slough are right back in this game at the start of the second half,
and,
with the boys taking their fruit juice in well in front of us.
I don't wish to be rude to Ed Palmer coming on, but he does seem to like a few pies by the seams of his size.
He seems to have dropped straight back in though into the centre back position, so it looks like a natural swap for Ed Palmer. As Ed Smith turns and has a run at him, and it's going to be interesting to see what he does. But he does very well, wins the ball, just takes a couple of touches. Short ball out right to the right back to Wells, back to the substitute now. Does an amazing Cruyff turn. He's very comfortable back there, isn't he?
Yeah, especially with the first couple of touches there.
And Weymouth get the ball forward long, and Somerville comes clearing out his goal, puts the ball out the ground. It's off to see the police. And
yeah, Jake's just cleared that into almost the police headquarters there. Don't want to be the ball boy getting that one back. As John frantically scribbles down the new lineup for Weymouth.
Yeah, I've stopped giving away all our secrets. As the ball's thrown into Yetton, looked like he handled it, but hooks the ball into the box towards Sills. Sills heads it back into goal. Somerville comes out quite quickly and will look to get Slough on their way early. And he drives the ball through to Ed Smith to get on the back of. And
it's going to chase it down.
Puts a little bit of pressure on Brett, and all Laird can do is hook the ball in the air. Johnny Dyer doesn't get a lot on it, but wins the second
ball. Go wide right.
Just slows it down, gives the ball to Whittam. Whittam now up Frith up against Winnell. And Winnell seemed to just shove him with 2 hands and hold him off. But as opposed to the free kick on the edge of the box that was given against Slough, which led to that other goal, nothing doing there. The referee's certainly shown a bit of inconsistency as Palmer drives the ball forward, and Johnny Dyer
he was never offside line. That's the wrong person, you idiot.
As Aid gives his feelings out on the officiating on the near side.
But he's put his flag up there, and Ed Smith, who was offside, had just stood still, didn't even go for the ball.
As the ball's
offside on the far side.
And once again, now I don't think either team's particularly happy with the refereeing display at the moment.
No, not at all. His linesmen aren't helping him out either.
Whittam just getting stretched and warmed up in front of us.
The Slough Town's fan making them as Elserd here today.
Somerville drives the ball forward, 3-2 Weymouth lead. Good header there by Laird coming through the back, but it's only fine Dobson. Dobson now out left to Parsons. Parsons going to have an opportunity to drive the ball. Being pursued by Yetton down on the far side. His first touch lets him down, but he cuts back inside. But Yetton just gets a toe in, and now Wells will come and steal the ball off Parsons. cuts back inside, and Parsons just getting held off by
Well,
Wells.
he's being fouled there, surely, ref.
Yeton looks for a crossfield ball. He's only succeeded to put the ball out of play, and it will be a throw to Slough. But there just seemed to be some physical contact allowed in some circumstances, but not others.
Yeah, a lot of the referee there just seems to be missing a lot. Go on. And that's offside by Dobson.
Dobson tries to spring the offside trap, but Weymouth playing quite a high line here, and Dobson just got caught offside, but does the sensible thing, brings the ball back quickly so Slough can get on with it, puts a bit of pressure on Matthews to keep this doing, but Slough started the second half well. And we're just waiting for the keeper to put it in exactly the right place. Whittam continues his stretching down in the right-hand corner for Slough, as Matthews still hasn't taken the kick, but he finally does. Sets it off in the direction of Sills, but Tom Moran underneath it, heads the ball well clear, but picked up by McPhee, just protecting the back foot. And then Moran has a wild slash at it, and he slashed it out, and it's going to go out to Shepherd on the left-hand wing, running up against Fraser. Cuts it in towards the near post, well hooked out there by Somerville. Somerville immediately towards the edge of his box. Ed Smith pointing exactly where he wants the ball, and Palmer cuts it out, does well, and now Weymouth will again have the opportunity to attack with Rigg in midfield, hooks it on towards Yeton, but Moran's there, cuts it out. Now Short flicks the ball on. Frith will have a moment to choose what to do with the ball. Good ball across to Ed Smith. Ed Smith up against Palmer on the far side. Slough now attacking. Great run by McClurg. Will he pick him out? But no. Ed Smith pulls the trigger and just fires it high and wide of the goal. But Slough coming into this game strongly.
Yeah, Slough definitely looking to start with a kicking the ball over the top there.
Yeah, they're starting to spread it around a little bit. Alex Whittam just finishes his warm-up down in front of us. Both managers still out down there. And the drum to our left, the Weymouth fans start to make a little bit of noise here.
But it's good to see Ed have a chance there and take it. He's gaining a bit more confidence as the game goes on.
As Sills wins the ball, flicks it on, but Moran's there. And then a high tackle from Sills. But Moran does well to avoid it. Flicked up to Johnny Dyer. Johnny Dyer holds the ball up well, just wins the throw in. And Johnny Dyer looks to get Ed Smith quickly on his way, down in the near corner, up against Palmer. And he'll just try and hold it up here, try and win the corner. But Palmer's wise to that, and Palmer looks solid as a replacement.
Good defending by him, isn't it?
And Moran tries to win the ball, flicks it to McClure, but is back in possession of Weymouth, and Weymouth now look to get the ball underway quickly with Wells sweeping the ball forward, going for a 1-2 with Yeton. Tries to keep the ball in, but the referee's assistant on the far side indicates that the ball's out of play, and Slough just start on top here for the first time in the game. Yeah,
start the second half better. They're playing the ball. They've got a game plan now, second half, which they didn't seem to have in the first half. It seems to be getting the ball forward
and that
quick.
Goal from Short from the set piece has given them some confidence, as Palmer looked to go through the back of Dyer there, but nothing doing there, and McPhee brings the ball away over halfway. Out left to Winnell, just down in front of us here. Further up the line to Shepherd, back to Winnell, in front of the Slough dugout. Winnell all the way home to Laird, just outside his box, even further back, all the way to Matthews. Weymouth just looking to slow the game bit, take the edge out of it.
It's given to Chris McPhee in the centre, who's got acres of space to play a ball.
Tries to play the ball, just gets flicked on, but Somerville's wise to it. Somerville outside. Somerville does well to scamper out of his goal, kick the ball in.
McPhee was there, and he must have had no one near him from any player from either side in about 40 yards of space.
Somerville drives the ball long, and he's in an offside position, but I think that was presumably against Ed Smith again, not against Johnny Dyer, but both the Slough forwards, both the Ginger strikers getting caught out a couple of times here in the first 12 minutes.
Just wondered, John, maybe the idea might be to bring on Daryl Thomas and stick him on the right, have a bit of pace and try and attack down that side.
Yeah, so at half-time it's Burnham 0, Cambridge City 2. So Cambridge City continuing their decent start. Burnham in a little bit of trouble at home at the Gore today, as the ball's repelled now with Dobson on halfway, just under hits his pass to McClurg, and now once again Weymouth spreading the ball well, getting their fullbacks involved nice and early, and Winnell will look to drive the ball into the box, puts it up, but too close to Somerville. Somerville gathers it early, and he wants to get play underway quickly, but he's this time he's slowing it down, letting Weymouth get back in. Fires it to Johnny Dyer, but Laird's head is not good. It just falls at Johnny Dyer's feet, and now Frith, with plenty of time, gives it to McClurg. McClurg in a little bit of space, hooks the ball forward for Johnny Dyer, for Ed Smith. Ed Smith to drive across. Ed Smith crosses across goal dangerously. It's almost fallen to McClurg, but it's in the edge of the box, but nothing doing now. And a poor ball from McClurg only finds Shepherd.
Chase it down,
and
chase
now
it.
Laird tries to chip the ball forward, but he's mishit that, and two Slough players collide, but Short tidies up well, gives it to Parson on the halfway line, and Slough are having their best spell of the game here. Dobson now up against Wells, far side. Plays the ball inside towards Johnny Dyer's feet. It ricocheted up and hit Palmer, who did two great drag-backs. He did two great drag-backs, but Matthews, again, not a good clearance. Hit Johnny Dyer, fallen to Ryan Parsons, who's not quite at the races, but Yeton, trying to lead from the front, is putting a bit of pressure on, but Dobson now putting Palmer under pressure. But Palmer, calm as you like, chips the ball up the line. Sills is after it, but Reshort should win that all day long. Flicks it onto Moran. Moran takes a touch on the volley, plays the ball forward, but it's a poor pass, only finds McPhee. Weymouth now have got players forward, and they'll look to hurt Slough. Left to Kelly. Kelly now to Shepherd. Shepherd on to Winnell. Winnell cuts back inside. George Frith certainly working his hardest just at the moment, but Shepherd, a lively player, looks to play in. Kelly inside the left-hand edge of the box. He's gone down very easily, and he's dived.
He's gone down, and that's a clear tangle of legs. That has got to be a penalty, John. It surely has. And not only does the referee not give it, if he doesn't feel that it's a foul, then he has to book him for diving.
Ed Smith's injured meanwhile. Ed Smith's down and injured. Daryl Thomas will probably be coming on in the next few minutes because Ed Smith's gone down again. His hamstring might be causing him trouble.
I don't think Johnny Dyer's happy either.
The Weymouth fans can't quite see that. I'd like to see that again. I just thought that perhaps I thought he was going down before. He was already heading to ground before they clashed legs at all. He looked to be trying to run into the defender there, Kelly.
Whichever way, it's a strange decision, John, because if he thinks he's going down early, then surely he has to book him for diving.
Yeah, and that's maybe where the referee just saw them in a collision of bodies, no particular foul play, and that's why he may have awarded the goal kick. But I thought that, as you say, it was either that he went to ground very early, or it wasn't that. And so Ed, the substitute is going to happen for Slough now. The second team here forced for an injury. The Kelly's still bemoaning the referee.
Thomas is coming straight on. He's not had a chance to warm up.
So it will be Thomas on for Slough to try and add to that goal scoring form. Ed Smith's lasted 60
minutes. Stay on and see if they notice.
But Ed Smith's done his day's work. He looks like he's injured. He's made of glass, that boy.
Yeah, well, I think he had that run just into the corner a minute ago where he played the ball across, and I think he's tweaked it there. But it'd be interesting to see Daryl Thomas come on. He's different type of player. He's going to have a bit more pace on this back line.
His pace is going to certainly show dividends in this game. It's going to be interesting to see if his pace can hurt the back two, especially Palmer, who's very, very good on the ball, but he doesn't look the quickest.
No, he doesn't, but he's got exceptional confidence on the ball, sitting at the back and playing little passes past people and little nutmegs and stuff. It's great to see an opposing defender do that, because you just do want him to muck up.
As it does, I mean, the Weymouth formation, the best I'd describe it, is probably almost like a 5-3-2, and that's why their front five aren't in any particular set positions when they have the ball.
Yeah,
and that's why your two fullbacks
and
really bomb on.
McPhee's the holding player, and allowing the people to go and do whatever, and he's going to pick up he picks up a big gap.
As Dobson wins the ball, heads the ball on, but it'll go only cleared up and under by Laird. Tries to get the ball away. McClurg, plenty of time and space to pick a header, but only picks out McPhee. And McPhee just wins the ball, but then McClurg seems to get pulled back there by Wells, and let's hope he's not angry about that.
McClurg's arguing about he should be given a foul.
And time for Moran, as there was a few step-overs there to play a ball through to Dobson on the halfway line in midfield. Cuts back inside on his left foot and now goes searching on a run all by himself. He's quite alone at the moment. There's not a lot of support. He looks across, chips the ball up deep, and it's safely over the top of Matthews, and it'll go all the way out for a goal kick.
And it's a shame there. He's got the ball, and both Dyer and Thomas have gone in the middle, but no one else has bothered to help out. No one from the midfield or the halfback, are pushing up and helping out. So now need to change that if they're going to get something. You can't just play two players up front against four defenders.
Today's attendance 847, so not a bad attendance, but not as perhaps quite as high as they were hoping down here. Might have something to do with the Dorset show being on just down the road and a few families still being away.
Yeah, exactly. That apparently the Dorset show does get a lot of people there, like I say, just down the road in Dorchester. So, but
a good attendance for non-league day. And at half-time, there was a very interesting mascot race as Kelly looks to get play underway here on the throne early to Yeton. Yeton getting more into the game now. Leaves it to Sills. Sills on the edge of the box. Driven shot. Good save by Somerville. Held at the second attempt, but a shot on the turn by Sills was going to Somerville's left, and Somerville just held onto it well.
I think Jake should have caught that one. I think that's one for the cameras. He's not full strength. He could have got caught that one, I reckon.
As the ball goes over Dobson, Johnny Dyer on the far side keeps it in. Back to Dobson. Dobson into Thomas's feet. Thomas not quite sharp enough there. Led into the back of him quickly. And Dyer just seemed to get a whack in the face there from Rigg.
And the referee's given nothing again.
The referee stopped play, but only for a head injury, when that, again, was very similar to the incident with McClurg in the first half. There was a trailing arm, just caught Dyer in the face there, as we have played 19 minutes of the second half. We're getting an odd buzz on commentary. What sort of buzz is it, please, Mick? Let us know if you do get any interference or any sounds. We'll see what we can do about that. We'll have a little look and see what we can do. In the meantime, Aid will carry on talking nonsense, which is
so I just carry on talking nonsense while you try and figure this out.
Yeah.
Okay. Substitution for Slough. It's George Frith coming off, and it's Alex Witham coming on. So
substitute in the 64th minute, I'd say, or 65th minute.
So it looks like Witham will mostly play on the right-hand side, just try and get a bit more attacking down this side.
As the fans just actually, for once, there are some fans to have some banter with one another. So,
although the Weymouth fans are very quiet behind the goal, aren't they, John? There's not a lot of singing from them, especially when they're 3-2 up here.
Not an awful lot of chanting. As Matthews gets play underway again, kicks the ball long in the direction of Yetton, but solid York, who's been again very decent back there by himself, wins the header and wins the ball. And now Slough have the opportunity with Short, goes for a ball and gives Thomas the first opportunity to stretch his legs, but that was always going to go through to Matthews. And Matthews now running the ball across his own box, puts the ball on the ground, and Thomas quickly turns around, goes to show him down, and he slices the ball out, and it's off Winnell's head, flicks it up the line, but it's going to go out for a Slough throw just down on the near side, midway inside their own half. We played 20 minutes of the second half. Weymouth lead 3-2. Slough pulling it back from every time Weymouth had a 2-goal advantage. Slough pulling them back to the single goal, and Slough will try and hope that in this last 20 minutes or so, 25 minutes, they're going to really turn the screw and get a couple more chances.
Oh, referee, come on.
As Adrian shows his impartiality again. As Johnny Dyer just somewhat... was that Laird again going through the back of Johnny Dyer?
Yeah, it was, and it's not the first time that Johnny Dyer's been on the end of some roughhouse treatment from the two centre-backs at Weymouth.
Dobson will have the opportunity to get the ball into the box again, and the free kick 2 or 3 yards in from the touchline, just in front of the Slough Town dugout. Plenty of the big players, Moran forward, Dyer forward, and Johnny Dyer goes after it, and immediately Weymouth play a very high line, and this time Matthews is after it, but he's hopeless clearance all the way through to Somerville, and it draws...
if that was me, John, a great big long kick by the goalkeeper, I'd sack the manager if that was me. That's terrible. Who told him to do that?
Mick's hearing buzzing. I think that's that old moth that's flown out of his wallet. Probably just making its way out again once a year from Yorkshire. That moth that comes out every now and then. But ball through to Moran, and Fraser just had a little stretch, but Moran's tidied up well enough, cleared the ball long, and Trent, the goalkeeping coach, made an absolute meal of that. He hasn't broken a chair yet today, but he couldn't catch that. He's had a shocker down there as our Trent. His hands aren't great as Weymouth again try and set up another attack. Ball off the back of Sills though. He's claiming for the throw, and I'm not quite sure how, as it clearly ricocheted. Fraser with the ball. Fraser looking for Dyer. Dyer flicks the ball on. Dyer just caught by McPhee off the ball, and McPhee seems to be everywhere. And George Short trying to get after it.
Surely you're being blocked there, referee. Come on.
He's getting levered off it, and an air shot there by
McClurg makes a mistake, gives it to Rigg.
And Rigg on the halfway line, short pass out to Kelly. Kelly now advancing towards the edge of the Slough box. Great run by Yetton, but he's offside. He's offside.
Sit down.
So no goal.
Sit down.
Some of the locals were getting up thinking it's a goal, but he was offside. But it was a clever run across the face.
It was a clever ball by Adam Kelly. He's got a very good little deft touch. He sees an opening very well. Good player.
I'm glad we're sitting on this side and we're not having to stare into that sun. As so that goal disallowed. Somerville to get the game back underway. The referee, Mr. Derrin, just stood with his... the Slough fans just make their voices heard, and Palmer up against Thomas, and Palmer wins that battle well. Fallen to Rigg. Rigg to the right kind of wing back there into McPhee. McPhee, they're playing nice little triangles, Weymouth here, and the ball's now comfortably back with Laird. Laird in the centre left back position all the way home to Matthews. The fans give some derision as the manager clears the ball long up in the direction of Parsons, and Parsons heads the ball, and Dobson's now got a little bit of time to have some grass in front of him, but Shepherd's in pursuit. Shepherd against Dobson. Dobson cuts inside, looks for some more players, plays it off both feet, hasn't got a lot of options or support, cuts inside.
Someone make some room for him.
Make a little dribble. Places it onto Dobson. Now Thomas will get the ball
post,
into the box. Dribbles it in towards the far post. It's flicked back by Rigg. A vital interception there, and then Palmer oiks the ball clear. He's gone halfway line, and Yetton's battling around in there, but Short just has it and knocks the ball onto Whittam. First opportunity to have the ball. Plays it back to Short. Chips it back to Whittam, and Whittam will get the ball into the box, but it's just slightly too far. And Laird goes down easily. Laird does the kind of sporting thing of rolling the ball away. As he went out, he just threw the ball just down into the corner just to waste a few more seconds. So obviously Weymouth a little bit rattled here. Yeah,
I think Alex Witham could have done a little bit better. He seemed to stop his run there. He thought the ball was too long. But if he'd have carried on, he might have just got round Wanell, who was marking him out. But it's good to see Slough get an attack down the right-hand side. Witham come on, and he's looking quite good at the moment.
And Dobson had good use of the ball there when he came inside. Clever ball to Johnny Dyer. Johnny Dyer, great flick out there to Thomas. But meanwhile, Weymouth back on the attack here, down the right-hand side with Wells. Pulls it back. It's comfortable cross shot there by Rigg into Summerhill's arms, but danger afoot. This goal, I still think, has more goals in it, doesn't it?
Yeah, well, I think that there's a lot of Slough fans who have put Slough down for a defeat in this prediction league, but I think Slough doing well here.
Yeah, certainly after 20 minutes, you wouldn't have forecast this score after what we have now played 70 minutes here at Bob Lucas Stadium. Slough trail by 1 goal going into the final 20 minutes. As Wells clips the ball up the line. Rhys York across to deal with the ball. He's under pressure from Yetton though. Cuts the ball back inside and only finds Shepherd. Shepherd back inside to McPhee. McPhee 10 yards inside the Slough half, tries a crossfield ball which is well directed towards Kelly. Kelly now against the far touchline, up against Fraser. Back to Wells. Wells delivers into the far post and hopelessly out all the way across.
That's supposed to be the worst ball that you've seen played by a Weymouth player today there, John. When else just at left back, he's crossed it way too far. But every single player on this Weymouth team are very good on the ball. They like to play clever short passes, work their way round players. McPhee is outstanding in that centre midfield position.
Yeah, he does the dirty stuff very, very well, and it seems to be when they're defending, they're almost playing a 5-3-2, but when they're attacking, it is very much a 3-5-2. As the ball's bouncing around in midfield and Kelly reacts quickest, it's back with Kelly, edge of the box. He's looking to get the ball into the box, but passes it out to Wells. Wells drives the ball in. Somerville punches off the head of Sills, and Fraser will try and keep the ball in and hooks the ball long, which has Johnny Dyer interested. Johnny Dyer up against Laird, and once again Laird's all over him, fouling him, it looks like. But Johnny Dyer tries to play ball back, but he's very frustrated, and you can see the Ginger Ninja is getting more and more frustrated because Laird seems to be manhandling him on most occasions.
Yeah, he's just a very rugged defender, is Laird. He's strong into the back of Johnny every time he gets the ball, but Johnny's got the skills to get past him.
And Weymouth walking now. I know the heat may be taking its toll, but I think they realise that Slough are probably more of a challenge than they thought in the first 20 or 25 minutes of this first half, where Slough just didn't turn up, and Slough have dug in well and are battling hard now, looking to try and get something out of this game.
Yeah, as Daryl Thomas chases the ball back.
And Palmer with a very interesting back kind of effort back there to the keeper.
The big problem is there. That's the problem, John. Is
there's plenty of space here
behind the two forwards for Slough. There's no one picking up loose balls.
And Slough did quite well there to just try and bully Wanell into it, and they forced a little mistake. But Weymouth don't like it when they're put under a lot of pressure. It's back with Laird, deep inside his own half, and Johnny Dyer just jumping onto it. But Sills and Moran win it well, but it's only finds Short in midfield. He doesn't want to pass it. He's picked out completely the wrong player. He's passed it all the way to Wells. I hope they don't score here. Thankfully, Somerville comes to his rescue, and it's still Keystone Cops there at the back for a minute, but Short picked out perfectly.
Ashley Wells at the right back position. It was a great pass, just not to his own player.
As Slough win the throw, this game is getting more open as the legs become a little bit tight.
It's becoming more end-to-end, isn't it, John? Just like a basketball game.
Thomas down in the far left-hand corner from Dobson's throw will look to get the ball across, crosses it deep. Johnny Dyer's underneath it, it's left, and just took
away
clear
by Wanell. That was
by Laird, I think it was, or was it Wanell there, as you say? But still, Wells is playing well down that right-hand side, playing it in short there, just getting the ball back off Kelly. Plenty of space in the middle for Rigg. Rigg now looks to cross the ball.
Wanell's playing left back there, and he's almost the furthest player forward.
Yeah, and he's forcing Frith to get back. Whittam to get back there and defend.
Oh,
and that's a very, very soft free kick conceded. You can't quite believe how soft a free kick that is. He was just leaning into him, and Alex Whittam moved out of his way, and he fell on his arse. On his bottom, and and then doing it. But Weymouth are pressing here. Weymouth are putting Slough under a little bit of pressure. Ball back with Kelly, 30 yards from goal. Out left to Shepherd, who was more influential in the first half, but hasn't been quite so busy in the second half. Out to the left back, Winnell. Winnell, edge of the box, up against Fraser. Into the box, into the feet of McPhee. Furthest forward we've seen him. Crosses it deep, but well-headed clear by Reshaw. And now McClurg, Captain McClurg, has the opportunity to play the ball short to Dobson. Dobson plays the ball in for Thomas, and Thomas now asking a little bit too much of him. Thomas was coming short, Dobson went long, but it's more encouraging for Slough here as we go into the final 15 minutes here. Weymouth 3, Slough Town 2.
But again, it's still that big gap in front of us, John. There's not a single Slough player in it.
And Weymouth certainly playing the slowing down game. They're not really in any sort of a hurry at the moment to take it, are they?
No, and I mean, and to be honest, the fans aren't really getting behind their team, trying to encourage them on. They're more getting on their backs. And he finally takes the throw in.
And it's up, and Sills flicks it on, but hooked back in by George Short, and over the top. And Johnny Dyer will have an opportunity to get this down. It just bounces over him, and Palmer makes no nonsense, clears the ball long, but Reshaw heads it out left to Parsons. Parsons cuts inside, then plays it out to Dobson. Dobson now up against McPhee down the left, and McPhee does well.
Oh, referee, it's one man stronger than the other, please.
And this is a contact sport. I think we should remind Mr. Derrian, because at the moment, he's every single bodily contact is being drawn as a foul. As Winnell plays the ball inside, plenty of space here for Rigg, who's coming deeper, to play it through to the feet of Kelly. Yes. Kelly, 30 yards from goal, cuts inside, looks to pull the trigger, drives it over Somerville's goal, no real threat there, and the ball back with Slough.
Yeah, Kelly likes to receive the ball onto his right foot there, John, but he loves to switch it straight to that left and unleash a long shot. Slough should be picking up on that every time he's doing it. He's always wanting it to put on that left foot for the shot.
So we have played almost 75 minutes here, 15 minutes to go. Somerville, long kick in the direction. Johnny Dyer does well to keep it on the far side, but Palmer rises above Thomas, but back with Johnny Dyer. Johnny Dyer hooks it across to Alex Whittam, but Winnell, strong in defence as he is in attack, comes through and wins the ball off Slough. And now Kelly pulls the trigger to try and set Yeti on his way, and Yeti up against Reshaw, and it's going to be a goal kick as Yetten strong attacking. That's been an interesting battle. I think York's had the match of Yetten most of the game. I know Yetten's got on the score sheet, but so has York.
Yeah, but I think Yetten's he's obviously a wily character. He's committing a lot of niggly little fouls on York, and the referee's not picking them up.
As Somerville clears it right out long to Johnny Dyer again, and Johnny Dyer ducks underneath this, and then Whittam gets battered off by Laird. The free kicks seem to be going one way, where it's physical challenges here, as Whittam holds the ball up well, and it's played in and touched there by Rigg, facing towards his own goal. And Rigg really shouldn't have played that ball, but there's great shutting down by Thomas, and it's put a lot of pressure in. He can't have got much of a shout there. But no. Slough
Thomas has done really well to chase that one back. He hasn't given up, along with Sean Fraser helping him out.
But the referee just doesn't seem to be awarding many physical free kicks in Slough's favour. As a push there by Sills on Short
again there as he goes for the header.
And now they'll have the opportunity. Weymouth will have the opportunity to break out right, but not the most accurate ball from Kelly. Tries to find Wells. Comes back in, so Palmer all the way back across his own goal towards Laird. Just a little few nerves coming in as McClurg picks the ball up on the halfway line, but overtouches it, and then does well to pull out the challenge there. Otherwise, we wouldn't have seen much more of him. As Fraser goes back to Somerville. Somerville drives the ball long, and Whittam needs to get round it and under it. As Johnny Dyer wins it well, and Johnny Dyer looks for the second ball, but it's Laird. There's the two centre backs at Weymouth are having a go at one another, and John Underwood's just having a little interaction there with Winnell as Weymouth get the ball forward again, and Sills they're looking more direct recently as Whittam's facing towards his own goal. Cleared well by Fraser, but only found McPhee. He's picked up the ball. Into Kelly outright to Wells, could drive it into the box, crosses it all the way across goal. It's across everybody. It's back towards the edge of the box. George Short goes to clear it. It's fallen to McPhee. It hits George Short. He was holding his hand in front of his chest. That's never a penalty. He had his hands in front of the chest. Now Dobson has an opportunity. It's 4 on 4. It's 4 on 3.
Go back post with him. Go back post.
Dobson cuts back well. Shoots with his right foot, but it's a back pass as there's 3 Slough players overlapping. This game is really exciting now here at Bob Lucas Stadium. George Short, the only thing I could say about that handball was he had his hands in front of his body and held to his chest. He couldn't have got out of the way of it. Yeah, but I mean, Dobson's done really well. He's brought the ball all the way along. He's got 2 men unmarked, and he decides to take the shot on, and he's cocked it up. And he's just shot it straight at the goalkeeper. Yeah, and also being on a booking, we need to make sure that he now keeps his composure. Is once again rising forward, and a very good acrobatic effort there from the little man Shepherd for Weymouth. Has Somerville looking for it, but Somerville quickly looks to get the ball back in play. Yeah, and again, it's the same thing, John, very much like Adam Kelly, the number 7, 11, Chris Shepherd, likes the ball, receives it on his right, and switches it straight away to his left foot. And none of the Slough midfielders have cottoned onto this yet. Somerville up long, and McPhee wins the ball ahead of Johnny Dyer, who's been everywhere. Whittam inside now, back. And now it's being played down the right-hand side of Slough, and Laird makes no nonsense, clears it well up, and Moran's got plenty of time to take a touch or two and try and pick a pass. Chips the ball forward. Go on, you're onside, Tomo. Thomas onside, just tries to hold it up, but Laird comes through his back strongly, and now Laird is on a great strong run. He's advancing to the halfway line. The strong, influential player will play the ball short across the grass to Kelly up in the left back position. He's running at Fraser, cuts inside. He wants to pull the trigger. He thinks about it, cuts it round straight into Somerville's open arms, and it's really advancing now. And Parsons on his bike, and Yetton's after him. Yetton putting a shift in for the team. Yetton's going to win that ball. And Yetton does well, hooks the ball upfield, but York's in plenty of time and space to look for where he wants the ball. Johnny Dyer's pointing where he wants the ball. The run's coming from Whittam as well, but it's a poorly executed ball, and that will give Weymouth a chance to breathe. But it's becoming very end-to-end now, John, isn't it? Like, Jake's had a couple of good saves in the last 10 minutes. Slough just haven't made and worked. Matthews in goal, hard enough yet. They're getting more into those positions and trying a bit harder, but they've really got to get a good shot on target if they're going to get back into this. Yeah, it certainly hasn't been all one-way traffic in the second half, and Weymouth are certainly slowing the game down. 3-0 to Corby at Hungerford is the latest score there. As Yetton flicks the ball on, but it's not got anyone there, so it's all the way back to Somerville, who slices his clearance a little bit in the direction of Whittam. But then a sliced header back, and Thomas is interested here, but and just gives up his run. Picking it up yet again. He's in acres of space, John. No. Pass it short to Rigg. They're just playing slightly deeper now in the last 5 minutes or so, Weymouth. They're content to do that. Offside, though. Offside there against the wing-back, Wanell, almost. Well, he's a full-back, but he's playing like a wing-back. I think you're right, John. There seems to be like a 3-3 kind of 3-3-4 almost, or 3-4-3 for Weymouth. The free midfield of Kelly, Rigg and McPhee seem to be having a lot of time on the ball. As the ball's bouncing around the area, it's cleared well by Laird, but Dobson then wins the second ball and headed back by Rigg, only to Palmer. Palmer slices the ball outfield. It will fall to Reshawk. Reshawk heads the ball on, but can't be kept in by Parsons on the far side, and so Weymouth will waste a little bit more time as we have about 8 or 9 minutes of regulation time left, and Weymouth are trying to slow it down. Still some injury time for the injury to Sam Paul of Weymouth in the second half, so there's got to be another 4 or 5 minutes on, so maybe 10 left, John. Yeah, Poulton 2, Dunstable 2 with 5 to play. As the ball's just repelled by Dobson, and we're going to have a game throw-in again, which they're really slowing down. Home fans not enjoying the referee's performance here. There's plenty of time and space there for a short throw to Shepherd inside his own half. He's going to chip the ball across to Laird. Laird with plenty of space in front of him, but I don't think he'll be looking to go long. He has a little run forward and then tries to play a chip ball forward, and not on the same wavelength as Winnell there. Weymouth have been a little bit lax at the back there. The balls out from the back are terrible. When the balls come through to the two behind, or the three behind the front two, they're a lot better. As the ball's up the line to Whittam, flicks it on, but it's only as far as Winnell with on his wrong foot. Clips the ball forward, and then Sills is all over the ball, and it's picked up well by Shepherd. Shepherd running into the edge of the box, pass it off to Yetton. Somerville out. Somerville blocks well. Poor touch from Shepherd. Save, Jake. And Jake Somerville saved the match there with his feet and kept Slough in this as Weymouth still push. McPhee out right to the right back. Wells cuts inside, goes for the 1-2. Parsons will usher it out. And just for good measure, Wells kicks the ball out, and there aren't any Weymouth fans in any hurry to return the ball.
No, it's a very good save by Jake Somerville there. Yeton was totally unmarked.
Shepherd.
Chris.
Chris Shepherd.
I think Guy Hollis is just getting the name of number 11 for when they're playing the return match, so you can give a good kick.
I'm glad it wasn't worse than that. There's a clearance from Somerville, flicked on by Johnny Dyer, but only through to Matthews. We need to close him down. He can waste a little bit of time here as we go into the final 7 minutes or so. We got 6 minutes of standard time remaining here in the second half. There must be 3 or 4 of injury as Matthews clears the ball long. High, York underneath it, but it goes off Sills' head in a direction that Sills didn't want it. And now Fraser with time to pick a pass. Chips the ball up the line to Thomas. Thomas up underneath it, but doesn't win it. Ball back to Winnell. Winnell chips the ball long, and it's over. And well covered there by Richard. He's clipped it straight up in the air, and he's conceded the corner. So there'll be some late pressure here.
The ball's actually bounced up, and it's bounced back down and bounced out over the top of the stand there. That's how Richard has kicked it. Adam Cornell seems to be going through his paces, so whether he's going to come on.
So there's plenty of noise now from the Weymouth fans. They've been quiet for long spells here.
Not had many corners in the game, have we, John, from Weymouth?
No, there haven't been many corners from either team, to be honest.
But it's Rigg going over to take it.
Rigg going over to take it, but Weymouth deciding to keep plenty at home to keep Thomas company. It looks like there is going to be a substitution shortly, and it is going to be Adam Cornell. It'll be interesting to see who he comes on for, whether they make an attacking changes. Plenty of movement in and around the box, towards the far post, towards the head of Palmer. Palmer only defensive header, and now Dobson's on his way. He's got plenty of grass in front of him.
We've got no one else with him.
Kelly to close him down. Looks for a crossfield ball to McClurg. McClurg in plenty of space here, but Weymouth working harder to get back than Slough are to get forward at the moment. Back to Fraser. Fraser inside to Whittam. Whittam to Moran. Moran out left to Parsons. Slough's best move of the game so far. Poor ball from Parsons. Gets easily cut out by Wells, and now the opportunity for Shepherd to put Slough to the sword. Shepherd goes for a tight reverse pass, but now Parsons, surrounded by 2, does well, keeps the ball in, makes up for his earlier mistake and finds Rhys York. Rhys York along the ground to Fraser. York. Fraser's got plenty of grass in front of him. The game really stretched in the final 4 minutes. Johnny Dyer now got a little bit of time and pace. Through to Fraser, heavy touch from Fraser, and it's all the way through to Matthews. Thomas going to shut it down, and the police are signalling the end of the game. It's not quite the end of the game. We've got about 3.5 minutes plus some injury time to come here at Bob Lucas
I think that was the police coming to arrest the referee for a shocking performance.
Poor clearance again out of his hands by...
Just straight to Shepherd though. Look, he's running at the back.
Shepherd's running at Rhys York, cutting onto his left foot. He's going to pull the trigger. He goes past Fraser as well. He crosses it across goal. Yatten
great play
can't
by
get on the end of it, and Slough dodged another bullet there. Is this to be their day? Are they to get a late equaliser in this game as we have played 42 minutes here?
They've got to stop the ball coming to Shepherd. He's a class player.
Johnny Dyer takes a breather.
The ball. Johnny Dyer off, Adam Cornell on. I think Johnny's had a good workout today. He's not had a lot of luck against those defenders.
Yeah, he's certainly put himself around a bit, and he's been enjoying the battle, I'd say. I think he'll feel hard done by a little bit, but
especially his first game back after injury. He's done well today.
Yeah, clearance from Somerville up to halfway. Cornell immediately in the game, but Palmer comes through the back of him and wins it. Dobson wins the second ball, and now Whittam tries to win it, but it's won by Laird, who's won everything in there. And a long ball there, and controlled well by Moran. And Fraser will need to be sharp to get hold of that ball, and McClurg now, simple ball to Fraser on the right. Fraser not with a lot of time, inside to George Short. George Short back to Fraser. Fraser now not with a lot of play, chips it up the line to Alex Whittam.
Go on, Alex.
Alex now surrounded by 2 players, looks to cut inside, plays the ball in towards
he played the wrong
Thomas,
ball.
But it's not found its intended target. But now the ball's bounced all the way through to Short, and there's a bit of confusion, and Weymouth have the ball again. Kelly looks to free up possession, but Rhys York comes battering through the back of Yet, and Rhys York going on a run forward, and it's only found Winnell in the left back position. Rhys York out of position. 3 back for Slough. Winnell tries to play the ball up the line to Sills. Uses all his all his experience and strength to hold the ball up. Winnell still on the halfway line with the ball. Inside to Shepherd, who's been everywhere. Great use of the ball, outright to Wells. Wells tries to have the net of Parsons.
He's going to take on Ryan Parsons.
And he's running at Parsons down that right-hand side towards the far corner. He's cut inside. Plays the ball through to Shepherd, who's on the edge of the box. Back to Kelly. Kelly takes a touch. Onto his left foot, pulls the trigger straight at Parsons, straight at Somerville. And he's down. He's hurt himself, but...
Oh, referee, it's not a head injury. Come on.
Why has he stopped the game? The referee, Derry,
what
stopped the game.
What is this referee on?
No idea why he stopped the game so suddenly.
I mean, it's an injury to Seb and Kelly, but it's not a head injury. Chris Shepherd coming off. Mostly the man of the match, John. Had a fantastic game. Just trying to see who it is that's coming on.
He's got on without any problems or issues, but that was a strange decision by the referee. He wasn't in that much trouble, and that's been very much a tactical kind of gamesmanship.
And I mean, Slough had the ball and Dobson had the ball, and it was 3 against 3, and the referee stopped it for no reason. And now he hasn't got a ball to give back.
And now finally one has appeared for Somerville, but...
And you can see
McClure's
John Underwood getting very frustrated with that decision. He's telling him, if it's not a head injury, why stop it?
Yeah.
He's going to do that bit where he walks over and just lets him kick it back now, isn't he?
And Yeton isn't very sporting, and he doesn't kick the ball straight through.
He's booted that out. Instead of giving it back to Jake, he's booted it. Not just out of the pitch, he's booted it out into the far corner to waste some time.
So he's obviously feeling a little bit threatened, is Yeton.
If that's how a captain leads by example, then that's very poor captaincy.
Yeah, it's a poor example there set by Yeton, as Somerville did got fouled.
Hold on. Slough have just won a free kick. The crowd go wild for Slough.
As we go into injury time here, Weymouth 3, Slough Town 2, and it's just a slight unpleasantness at the end here with Yeton just unnecessarily kicking the ball out. It was a strange decision by the referee which could have been avoided, but then Yeton just kicked the ball out of play. And now they're going to play their high line again. They all run just as the players running in. They all look to play the high line.
Someone get on it.
Well cleared there by Rigg in the first instance, and it will be Parsons to keep the ball in. Parsons tries to cut inside, and that looked like a foul again, but Parsons still wins the ball. And he's looking to get the ball in. Thomas on the ball, drives the crossing towards deep. It's too close to the keeper. Matthews, plenty of time, and for extra effort, he falls on the ground. And they're hanging on here. It's a little bit embarrassing, I'd say, the way they're hanging on. They're not, considering how they were playing in that first 20, 25 minutes, it's not the...
No, I mean, they've had this little spell where they've got back into the game.
And Somerville immediately clears the ball long. Cornell interested, and Laird underneath it, and it comes off Laird. And Baker's very interested in trying to get the ball back as quickly as possible. Slough trying to get something out of this game as we're in injury time. Back to Tom Moran. Slough with plenty of players committed forward. Drives the ball in towards Thomas. But well won there by Palmer, who's looked impressive since he's come on as a substitute. But flick back in to Thomas towards the edge of the box. Thomas going facing towards the about to.
It's no wide right.
To Skipper. Skipper out wide to Dobson. Dobson's going to have an opportunity.
No, he's given up on it.
Dobson
he gave up. He slowed down and stopped.
And the fight back in this second half has certainly been worthwhile. But Slough just trying to put some final pressure in. We've played 2 minutes of injury time. Slough still trail by the single goal. Weymouth trying to take the pace out of the game on every opportunity. They're using their game.
I think Warren Ash is trying to unplug us all.
I think he's trying to play with you. He normally does. But anyway, as the Slough substitutes, or sorry, the Slough squad members start to make their way back, Somerville will look to clear the ball long now. Pass it out to Fraser. Fraser, good first touch, cuts it inside, up the line to Whittam. Whittam cuts back inside, finds it back to Moran. Moran, Slough certainly pressing towards it.
5 up for this.
Clicking the ball up to George Short. He just needs to get a flick on it. He's flicked it up, but unclear by Palmer, and has Moran retreating. Moran plays the ball through to McClurg, and McClurg now misses the ball. Weymouth should put the game to bed here, but it's bobbled horribly, and that was a terrible shot. And Tim Sills won't help that ball back now.
Come on, boys. There's got to be another 2 minutes left, I reckon, with the injury time.
3 minutes of injury time. And finally, the Weymouth fans start to make a bit of noise. as we go into the 4th minute of injury time, and Rhys York flicks the ball on.
Adam Cornell's got it
up against McPhee on the far side, back to
Rhys
York on the left wing position. York looks for the cross.
Go on, you're in.
Takes a touch. Pulls the trigger with a volley, but it slices it wide. It was a great idea, a good effort. You can't.
Great effort. I think he's just leaning back a slight bit. If he'd have put his head down and hit that would have been a better effort. But he did well to get in that position. It's the first time he's gone past Winnell, who's playing left back. Just a shame he couldn't get it on target.
As once again, Matthews taking his sweet time. All the eyes are towards Mr. Derrian as we go deep into injury time here. As Fraser wins the header, is headed back to Winnell, and Winnell clips the ball up the line. Yetten just kicks it forward. Winnell back into the corner again. It's gone out of play. And the referee's still not seen enough. Slough have the opportunity to try and have one final attack here potentially.
It's a throw-in though.
They're telling everybody to get forward. They're pushing Clergy forward. Rhys York flicks the ball on. It's headed back across by Laird. Flicked on by Dobson. Falls to Cornell. Cornell has a left-footed slice. But Slough have had a couple of opportunities deep into the game.
Cornell needed that to be the same shot they did in the half-time pre-match entertainment. He's hit that with his left and he's skied it straight out. And Matthews, the goalkeeper, in no hurry to take this goal kick.
No. I mean, interesting to see viewpoints in the game. I'm sure some people feel that Slough have done enough in the second half to deserve a point. However, I think Weymouth have just had that better quality and have looked threatening throughout.
But the game could have changed drastically, John, if the referee had sent off the goalkeeper for the penalty incident.
But we're still continuing to play. We're in the 5th minute of additional time. Handball by Sills, completely missed by the referee. And Yetten tracking down. Left-footed shot blocked by Parsons. It'll be a corner to Weymouth at the very death, but that was a clear throw-in, and Trent, the goalkeeping coach, is absolutely seething down there, as is Underwood. I can't believe that the referee is doing that. The two benches are talking to one another, and I think they're both agreeing how poor the referee
has been terrible today.
I don't think he's going to get very high scores, and it'll be interesting to see again at the final whistle what Unders and Bakes do here.
That's the final whistle.
That is a final whistle. Slough lose 3-2. And disappointing effort, but we'll just carry on talking. Non-league day. I mean, they showed a lot of heart here, and I'm just standing up to see exactly what happens with the referee, because I think there'll be plenty of conversation with the referee just as he leaves. He could have sent 2 off. He might have sent 1 off. As the senior citizens of Weymouth are making their way down. Congratulations, gentlemen. Well done. Good luck for the rest of the season.
Well done. Good luck. Yeah, we'll get you next time.
The referees
we'll get you the home game. Don't worry.
As Bakers and Underwood are just making their way over to have a word with the referee on the pitch, as we see. George Short can't believe that we weren't with that. There's a lot of things that aren't going right. Tim Seals is just having a few words with Neil Baker. They've obviously played against each other at different times, and now John Underwood's going to have just shake the referee's hand. But I don't think either team were particularly happy with that refereeing performance. It was quite ungood. The Slough faithful are making their noise.
Neil Baker's having a quick word with the Lino and referee.
And he's still not happy. He's still not amused by it. But Weymouth go on and can continue their unbeaten run at home. Slough fans just start to pack up their things. It's quite a long trip back up north, but they're welcoming, they're shouting well to their players, and the players going over and giving the Slough fans a well-deserved clap. We won't be live for the first time in quite a while. We're not going to be live on Tuesday night. If you want to tune into live coverage, please tune into Hot 102.8 Radio. We'll send out some tweet links, but Pool provide their own coverage, so we're not going to interfere or intervene with that. So unfortunately, you won't be speaking to me. And then next weekend, Aid's running it, aren't you? Aid and Mick in the FA Cup.
I'm going to try and run it.
So please treat them gently with kid gloves.
Yeah, if we're not on air on that FA Cup day, then that's my fault.
As the referee just makes his way off the pitch, as Aid gives him a few gestures, the Weymouth players just staying out on the pitch, but you can see players and fans just all making their way out of the ground as another exciting game. Slough are never in a really dull, boring game, are they? Eh?
No, but they were second best today, and it clearly showed in the game. But
anyway, onwards and upwards to the next game. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your company today. It's been a pleasure as always. We hope you enjoyed it. Please keep in contact with us in the future and let us know what you're doing and where you are, and we'll speak to you all soon. Cheers.